We raw and we uncut.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like raw. I like raw.
I like uncut.
Ooh, baby, I like you raw.
I like it raw.
Ooh, baby, I like you raw. Come on. You already know what it is, baby.
It's Friday night.
Friday night.
KTL show back again with your boy John Doe.
And you already know who I am. I'm Pac-Man the Fool, a.k.a. your baby mama's favorite DJ, a.k.a. baby mama's favorite comedian. And you already know if it ain't live, it ain't me, baby. And y'all know who we got back there?
And your boy Josh.
Come on.
I was on the boards. My
Come
bad.
on, we got
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Josh on the
Hey,
1s, 2s, 3s,
yeah.
4s, 5s, and 6s. He's got a lot of buttons to press
Yeah,
back there. I don't know
yeah.
how you do it, but he definitely do it. Big shout out to Josh back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. How y'all week this week?
Ooh.
And we forgot it was KTL Live, but it's Good Friday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't just Friday, it's Good Friday. And so I hope it's good for everybody out there. Hope everybody enjoying themselves on this beautiful Friday in Ohio, huh? It's crazy. You know, Ohio's the only place where you can have all 4 seasons in one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We literally woke up the other day. There was ice on the car. Later on, it was spring. Then it was summer. Then we woke back up to winter again. Then tomorrow's probably gonna be fall.
All right, Spencer, welcome to the show. I see you already cutting up the jokes. Spencer said it sounds like every Jew, live, raw, and uncut.
Come on, we ain't playing. Come on, no holds bars, baby. That's the only way we bringing it and
Okay,
slinging it. You know what I'm
Spencer.
talking about?
Nice to see you on this beautiful Friday evening.
Come on, everybody ready for Easter?
I think so.
Nah, I get
You ready for Easter?
I
Dub?
get that lucky Easter this year. I get her next weekend, so
Oh,
I
you
get
get-
all the discounted Easter stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You get that good 50% right.
Yeah.
Come on, like I said, you
Dads,
could.
pay
good
attention,
idea.
man. When you get your
That's
kid
a
every
good
other
idea.
weekend, man, you get this every other year. Trust me.
And then like I said,
Do the right thing.
you can catch a 75% off, but by the time you get there, like you said,
Nah.
everything been ran through by then.
I ain't trying
You know
to
what
just
I'm
get.
saying?
I ain't trying
you
to
just
just give her.
get that chocolate naked dude
I was
they
gonna
be
say, I
having.
ain't trying
that
to-
black chocolate dude they been passing around.
I ain't trying to just give her. I ain't just trying to give her grass. You
As
know
a
what
joke,
I mean?
like here you go. Look what I got you. I knew you always wanted to try one. Big chocolate black guy.
But
they
yeah.
they replaced the Easter bunny.
I'm ready to eat though.
You ready to eat?
Yeah, I'm ready to eat.
You throwing down?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
You
but
working the
doing-
grill?
Yeah. I'm
Or are you
do
going
some-
traditional?
I'm going to do some barbecue wings
Ooh,
and
them
some
sound
skirt
clutch.
steak.
Skirt.
Skirt steak.
I had a good skirt steak in L.A.
And then a ham.
and a ham.
Cheese
You gonna smoke the ham?
No, I'm gonna.
Are you gonna do it
ham
inside?
in the oven.
Okay. I didn't know if you was doing some futuristic shit on it. You know what I'm
No,
talking
no.
about? Doing some TikTok shit on
If
it.
I had a bigger grill, I would.
Yeah. But skirt steak is slept on. Skirt steak's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I said, we was out in LA. We went to a Brazilian steakhouse and I got a skirt steak and that shit was actually good.
Yeah,
It
you
was
gotta
smacking.
Chop it up.
Come on.
Put it in my tortillas.
Come on. Yeah, that thing
Yeah.
was going.
Woo.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Sound good. Shit, some tortillas. Goddamn.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. You know I'm always last minute.
Okay.
I still gotta put together a basket tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna go see what Walmart working with. You know what I'm talking about?
Mine's in the trunk.
You already worked him?
Nah, just in
Oh,
the
you just gotta
bag.
put it together?
Yeah, I just gotta
okay.
put it together.
You already in the game then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go grab a basket, throw some candy and some shit in it, you know what I'm talking about? And the Easter Bunny did his one too.
Yo,
Come on. So you don't gotta do Easter egg hunts then this year.
I do not.
I definitely gotta hide some eggs.
I
You
do
hiding
not.
eggs, Josh?
You better
I
get
was
the
thinking
plastic.
about it.
You better get the
Yeah.
plastic ones. Don't put the real ones out
Yeah,
there.
well,
Yeah, because when they don't find the real ones, they start to
Yeah.
stink and the animals start to get them.
Prices are
Shit,
too
the prices are
expensive.
too high. What the fuck you talking about? You ain't picked up on that one quick enough.
I
He
ain't-
said, hold up. The
Yeah.
price on eggs, huh?
Yeah, I ain't-
Man.
He said, we hit 6 eggs.
Yeah,
it's
we do
12 kids.
the plastic.
Whoever find them win.
Yeah.
Plastic.
Go with the plastic,
Yeah.
paper, not plastic.
Yeah.
Definitely
Maybe
gonna be
make some
plastic
paper
eggs
mache
this year.
ones.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Make them.
After you find the eggs, though, just take them in and you can like chop them up, put them in salads and shit. different
Like,
shit
look,
like
kids,
that.
I just threw a bunch of change
Like
in
we
the
finna
yard.
go make,
Find it.
we finna make tuna. Bring me all them eggs. Let me see who got the most eggs. Give me that bucket.
Yeah.
Take all the. Come on, peel them.
We
Put
gonna
them in
need-
some potato salad, everything else. We ain't wasting nothing.
We're gonna need y'all to return the eggs when you're done finding
I
them.
swear, yeah, they was just a fine. We finna cook with them. Come
Yeah,
on.
you used to let them
Deviled
go
eggs.
bad.
Y'all trying to eat it or not? Deviled
Used to
eggs
let 'em go
ready.
bad. I used to like making egg salad. Like we ain't wasting
Egg salad?
it. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Make some egg
Yeah.
salads or something. Don't
Oh, I
let them
love
go
me
to
some
waste.
egg salad.
Deviled eggs.
Yeah,
Woo, a good
anything.
deviled egg, boy. Come on. I got my mouth watering
Anything
over
to
here.
not waste them
He said anything to not waste them.
$10 eggs.
Come on. That shit crazy though, ain't it?
Yeah.
I thought it was
I-
a fluke when I first seen it.
It's just nuts.
I think it's back down to 5. I think
It's
last
like-
week.
Man.
Kroger's is still $6.80 some.
Them chickens gotta be feeling
for
bougie as
the
hell.
12-pack.
Come on, they dropping $10 dozen eggs out they motherfucking. Come
I
on.
definitely had to break
Chicken
down and
bougie
buy
as hell. They
some.
dropping a golden egg. That shit crazy.
We go through like 2 cartons a week.
You're a big egg person?
Yeah.
I don't need eggs that much.
I do.
More
My
like
sons.
more like eggs in a recipe type shit. You know what I mean? But I don't just like scrambled eggs that often.
I like a good
protein.
egg sandwich
Yeah.
before bed. Like that's usually my
Scrambled or
go-to.
just like over easy?
just an egg sandwich. I
Just
just
scrambled with
yep,
cheese.
I
That's
just
my favorite.
yeah.
That was my shit when I was younger too. I ain't gonna lie. Scrambled with cheese, get some toast. I'm a toast the bread though.
Oh yeah,
Quick,
I definitely
quick,
toast the
quick
bread.
little meal. You,
All
you eat
day.
2 of them and you straight.
All
And
day.
you know I hate regular orange juice. Some nice Sunny D. I hate regular orange juice. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why. It's just too acidic. Not
Yeah,
just
I can't
the acid
do
or
it. I
something.
can't
You don't
do
drink
orange
orange
juice,
juice
not
either.
no more.
You drink orange juice though?
Yes, I do.
I can't do it. Yeah.
No
can't do
pulp.
it.
Give me the Sunny D. Give me
No
the
pulp.
fake shit. I ain't gonna lie.
I can't even do that no more.
That's good
You can't
vitamin
drink Sunny
C.
D no more?
Yeah, it's
No.
good vitamin C
Yeah.
for you.
Shit, we getting older. It be
Yeah.
like that. There's a lot of shit I can't do that I used to do. You know what I'm saying? I
did
can't
eat
even dunk a
hamburger, and I'm
basketball
still
no more.
hurting.
I can't even dunk a basketball anymore. That shit crazy.
Real crazy, seeing as how you never could.
Maybe at the rec.
You remember that one time we lowered the hoop to like 7 foot now?
We
I was
used
like
to
LeBron
always-
James
yeah,
out
we
there.
used to always
The
go
rec
to-
was the shit though, wasn't it?
I
The
swear.
batting cage.
I
We used to
think
go
Gary
there.
was even dunking out there.
Come on, we used to have a blast at the batting cage.
Oh man,
Then me and Grip end up getting in a fight and get us kicked out.
Couple
We'd
years.
all-
Me and my brother always getting
we'd
into
always
it.
go out to the football fields, play football, then go to the rec, play basketball, go to Ryan's, eat the
Yeah.
buffet. Man, we had good weekends, man.
Come on, as teenagers, yeah, we wasn't just sitting around.
We
was
wasn't
having-
playing
we was having a
video
good
games
time.
and shit. We was outside. We was
Yeah.
actually having fun.
Playing in the river.
Yeah.
You know,
Doing a lot of
walking through the
shit.
water.
Yeah, walking through
Come
water.
on. Over by
out
the
at
dam and
Steve's,
shit.
Even out at Steve's.
Oh yeah, out at Steve, we was swimming in the river.
Yeah.
Out at
Jumping off the
Steve's.
docks and shit.
Come on, what was that Whiteman's Grove?
Yeah. Whiteman's Grove. That dirty, murky water.
You could just really just reach down and just grab gloves.
Yeah.
And just
Oh, I
fucking,
can't
come
believe
on,
we
we
did
just in that bitch swimming.
I can't do that no
That's
more.
why I said if that didn't get me, I knew the coronavirus wasn't getting me. Come on, that shit we was swimming in back then.
Yeah.
If that didn't get us, I knew the corona had no chance. I'm like, oh, I'm Gucci. Come on.
Especially
I was
when I
swimming in
found
that
out
shit.
a lot of those places flush their sewage right out right there. Them
And we-
cottages.
that's what we was picking up. The fuck you think that black shit was? It wasn't dirt. Whole time we scooping up chunks of shit. Don't even know it.
Doo-doo.
Throwing it at each other. Yeah. Hitting motherfuckers in the face. Motherfuckers mad.
I
as
think
shit.
Doe covered himself in it
Yeah,
to make himself
like
black.
Clay. Yeah.
I think I remember that.
He did whole time.
Hey, it is what it is. I played in a lot of dirt when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah,
we didn't give
it's
a
good
fuck
for you.
about no dirt.
That's
Come
why
on.
we still
Well,
alive.
they say when we was kids,
Yeah.
God made dirt and dirt don't hurt.
Shit, any mud puddle that I could swim in, I was swimming in that bitch. Shit.
Come on, when I was a kid, like if it rained too much and it flooded and there was
Yeah.
one deep enough to get in,
Man,
be
I was
that
in
motherfucker.
there.
Come on.
Fully clothed and everything. Just
What's good with it? Grip,
Chilling.
big gripness in the house. You already know what's going on.
What's
Big bro in
happening?
the house.
grip. So we had the WNBA draft list last week, and Paige Booker's went number one. The consensus number one pick went.
Grip
number
kept
one.
telling y'all that that's who was the best player in college basketball.
We all said it. There wasn't nobody except for Juju, but Juju wasn't ready
Yeah.
to come out. So
I said Juju. I ain't gonna lie.
she was definitely the best coming out
Where'd
she
in
come
the
out of?
draft, but she wasn't the best in college basketball this year.
Where did she come out of?
She came out of UConn. UConn got their. She just won a
I don't say
championship.
didn't they win the
Yeah,
championship?
and that would have been a Big Ten championship. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's women's basketball, still a championship for the Big Ten. And USC had as good a chance as anybody. So it was kind of upsetting to see Juju go down. And plus, she's a good baller.
Yeah, she definitely had
So-
They had a really good chance because they would have had that UConn in the Elite Eight. So
Yeah,
UConn
so-
wouldn't have made it past that point in my eyes.
Definitely praying for speedy recovery for her so she can get ready because after next year she can go to the draft, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so definitely speedy recovery. What wasn't it her that tried to sit next
but
to Jaden
honestly,
Daniels?
I don't know that Juju will come out.
You think she'll stay? Because she's making money in
Put
college.
it this
though.
way:
Yeah.
Flau'jae Johnson made the best decision
To stay?
to stay.
Yeah.
She makes more in NIL money
Than she ever would in
than
the
she
WNBA.
ever will her first 5 years in the the WNBA. So she made a business decision.
What's her name's contract? And she's one. She was the biggest person coming out. What? Caitlyn? She makes what, 80,000 a year or something?
Yeah, her contract,
Yeah, her
yes,
contract.
but she
but
makes
with her endorsements, she
yeah,
makes
with
millions.
her endorsement, she's a millionaire.
but with her actual contract, it's like 80,000.
yeah, I make more than her and Angel Reese,
And that's crazy.
a year.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
And they're out there playing ball every
Unbelievable.
day, all those games.
Yep.
Blood,
they
sweat,
make
and tears.
76-some thousand
That's
a year.
insane. For real.
Yeah, and those were the top pick, like them were top.
But
picks,
until
so.
you can get the viewers like that,
Terrence said they got to stay the whole 4 years.
Nah, women don't have to stay the whole fourth. They can come out when they want, but with the NIL deals, yeah, I think they'd rather stay.
can women coming out early?
Yeah, 3 years.
Oh, I'm not sure. That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna.
Because
I'm not sure how that works with the women.
Flau'jae Johnson had a chance to come out this year, and she denied the WNBA to
Or
stay
was
another
this her
year.
5th year or 4th year?
No, 4th.
Okay.
Yeah, Flau'jae was a freshman when she was with Reese in that championship.
Yeah, I remember
team,
she was
so
the youngin on that
she's
team.
now, yeah, this is going into her senior year, but she could have came out if she wanted to.
She the one to be rapping?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's got more money. She's making way more money in college than she will in the WNBA anyway.
At
so-
this point, basketball is just going to start becoming a hobby for some of these women, you feel me?
Yes.
Because they literally have to go out and get their money in other ways from different avenues, from endorsements and different things. So, and basketball is not really even paying their bills, to be honest. It's not even paying for the houses they're staying in.
They took a page out of Ice Cube's book and they started their own 3-on-3 league called Unrivaled. And those women are making more money in a 10-week period than they are their whole season playing in the WNBA.
And that's insane. But like I said, until they can get the viewers.
Yes.
Then
But how is Unrivaled doing it then? They're on 3-on-3. They're giving them
they must be
every
getting the
player
view-
gets
Is that the one by Ice
$200,000.
Cube? Or is that the one the women started
The
themselves?
two women from the league started it.
Obviously, they got better marketing, it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? If they get the views.
Unbelievable. They've
You know
got
what
a
I'm saying?
TV deal in that, but the WNBA got a TV deal too, so their women should start making more.
Yeah, it's the WNBA. You feel
Yeah.
me? It's the Women's National Basketball Association.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
that's gonna pull us
there's
right
no way,
into
there's
our-
no way they shouldn't be getting the views and the money.
Yeah, it's gonna pull us right into our first segment. Let's talk about the men, the NBA,
Playoffs?
the playoffs.
Playoffs, and as y'all can see, you know what I'm saying? It's a little warmer here today, I ain't gonna lie. We was experiencing summer in Ohio today. You know, shit changed. But I had to put on my little Pistons jacket. You see it. I'm gonna pop him off in a little bit, but let me show that motherfucker off. Come on.
Grip,
You see them
Grip,
championships?
Look it up, but I'm pretty sure Angel Reese came out early. I don't believe
I
she
don't know
was
how
a
that
senior.
go.
Yeah.
You want me to Google it real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said not one female has ever came out
All right,
early, and I
carry-
don't believe
carry
that.
it real quick though, and I'll look it up.
I know that Caitlin played, but the thing I know is they don't have to stay 4 years because Flau'jae had a chance to go to the WNBA this year and she decided to stay. So I know they don't have to play 4 years.
But no, you might have to play 4, and you might not have to stay the 5.
No, I
It's
just know
really-
that Flau'jae is not. This is not her. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is her junior year
Okay.
going into her senior.
Yes, women can be eligible for the WNBA draft early under specific circumstances. Domestic players can declare their eligibility for their draft either by turning 22 years old. Oh, they got to be. It depends on their age.
Gotcha.
If they're old enough, they can. Okay,
Gotcha.
so that's kind of weird. So you pretty much have to stay the whole time unless you're an older kid at your grade. You feel me?
Yes.
So if not, you're basically there the whole time.
I just know that Flau'jae
unless
had a
unless you
chance.
like graduated high school when you were 20, so then you can, you know what I mean?
Right.
Then you can go to college for 2 years.
or if you start
You know
college
what I mean?
late. If you start
Yeah.
college late,
then you can
know.
go for a couple years and get out of there. But
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, they said it's
Age limit.
very specific circumstances. Theirs is an age limit, not a year's. Yeah,
Gotcha.
so that's crazy.
Well, the NBA was like that before they changed it back to where
Or-
they had to do 1 year.
Or they say here's the other one, or by graduating from a 4-year university within 3 months of the draft.
oh, okay.
So that's crazy. So you're pretty much there for 4 years, like I said, unless you're an older kid for your grade. So yeah, Grip was on to something. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about the big boys.
Yes, the Tigers are
the
up
heavy
5
hitters.
to 1.
Who the Tigers are up on who? On the Royals?
Tigers
The Tigers?
winning.
I got
winning
one
right
question
now.
about the
The
playoffs
Tigers?
right away.
Go
Hit me
ahead.
with it.
Can the Celtics repeat?
Can the Celtics repeat?
Absolutely, they can.
The
but
Celtics have
I'm not picking
Well,
them.
they gotta
as
overcome
good a chance,
injuries.
if not a better chance than anybody in the NBA right now, just because not too many of these teams have won it. Like the Golden State, obviously they've won it with the players they've had with Draymond and stuff. They've been there, but it's a whole different team with Jimmy Butler and everybody. But they're like one of the only teams that actually have won it recently. You know what I'm saying? Because even when Giannis won it, he didn't have Dame, even though Dame's hurt right now. But it seems like they're the only team that's been there for like the last 5 years. You remember seeing that team. You know what I'm saying? Even Horford's been there for the long haul. So I think just from that team chemistry, they have as good a chance as anybody to win it all.
Yeah.
The Cavs have the
think
best
they're-
record, but I think Boston has the best chance to come out the East.
Yeah, I don't think the Cavs.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a Pistons fan, obviously, but I'm from Ohio. So, like I said, whenever we're not in it, I get behind the Cavs. But, I mean, when you get to the playoffs, you got to throw the record out the window. The Cavs had an
Surprisingly,
amazing
they won
regular
64
season. I was
games,
going to say, they
right?
had an amazing
Yeah.
regular season, bro.
Donovan
Cavs had
Mitchell
insane.
And the Cavaliers, legitimate contenders.
Yeah, insane amount of games this year.
But
That's
they-
what I'm saying.
They would say lack of deep playoff experience.
But
be
you-
their downfall.
That's what I'm saying, the playoff
Yeah.
experience. Because even though when Donovan Mitchell was in Utah, There was times when Utah was a 2 seed,
yeah.
a 1 seed. You're like, how the fuck is Utah a 1 or 2 seed? And they would lose in the first round,
And that
lose
was
in the second
Donovan Mitchell,
round.
though?
Yeah, that's when Donovan played for Utah. You feel me? So I've never seen him win a big game before because those Utah teams were high seeded teams, just like the Cavs have been since he's got there. So until I see him win one of those big games and take the next step to get his team to an NBA finals, then I can't go with him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the Cavs are
What
the
you
trendy
think,
pick. I
though?
would love for the Cavs to make it.
Oh, I think that Boston absolutely can.
I'm talking about the Cavs, though.
The Cavs can too. That's the
think?
thing is when it's going to come down to whoever plays better in that series. I mean,
I don't think Cavs got the shooters.
the Cavs definitely have the shooters.
It depends on if Strus is on. They have to be on.
That's
Hunter
what I'm
has to
saying.
be on.
But
Strus has to be on.
Who's going to pick up the slack?
Yeah.
Who's going to guard the big men for the Cavs on Boston?
That's the tough part.
I mean,
But
I guess
Porzingis.
they did it, though, in the offseason, right?
I
Is
guess,
Porzingis going to be healthy?
and can he bang with those big guys?
That's what I'm saying.
But then you got to remember Porzingis and Horford also shoot the 3. They're
I know.
they're 2 7-footers that shoot the 3-pointer. So that's also going to make Mobley come out to the 3-point line. That's going to make Allen have to come out to the 3-point line. So they won't be able to just clog the lane and try to block everything coming in. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to have to come out to guard the centers who shoot the 3s. So that's going to take them away from underneath. And then they can pass Porzingis and Horford, so they can find Tatum or Brown streaking to the hole. So
Okay.
it's a very intriguing matchup to say the least.
yeah.
But then, like you said, when the Cavs have it, can they stop them from banging underneath? Can Horford stop Allen? Horford's the oldest player in the NBA, isn't he? I'm pretty sure Horford's the oldest player.
How old is he?
Uh,
LeBron's pretty
42 or something.
old. Oh, so he's
Yeah,
a little
believe me.
older.
Horford's been there for the long.
Horford was on that Florida team.
He was on
that
the Florida
beat
team to beat Ohio State in the championship.
and,
you know
and
what I'm
that was
saying?
when Greg Oden
Come on.
played.
Oh,
But
shit.
Think about how long
man,
ago
Oden.
Think
But-
about how long he fizzled out.
Hey, remember,
time
he
out,
looked
because Mike
old as
Conley
hell.
was on
Mike-
that Ohio State
and
team.
still playing,
and
too.
he's still in the league too.
No shit.
And he's still playing for Minnesota, who's in the playoffs. Yeah, Mike Conley's he's kind of a unicorn too. Yeah, he's been playing a very long time. Conley doesn't score a lot of points, but he gets assists and he plays good defense. And he actually gets rebounds for a guard. But yeah, it's crazy that they're both still playing this long. That's insane, ain't it? Odin had what? One good year, then after that,
Not
the
even
knees
that,
got
yeah.
to talking. Odin had them 75-year-old knees, didn't
He
he?
looks 75.
Come on. When he was 16, bro, he looked like he was
He had
easily
the
46.
Benjamin Button. The
He was
Benjamin.
aging backwards.
Yeah, he was-
Then he ended up with baby knees at the end. You know what I'm saying? That's why. This shit was fucked up like a little baby deer.
Oh,
If he
shit.
could have stayed healthy, he'd have been a demon.
Right.
Even when he took Ohio State to the championship that year when we lost to Florida, he was barely getting up and down the court. But whenever he made down, he just grabbed it and dunked. Like, I'm here. Then he lumbered back down the other way on defense. It was crazy.
Huh. All right.
But-
Pistons playoffs potential.
Come on.
Following one of the most
Detroit
remarkable turnarounds
basketball.
in the NBA history. I didn't know that.
The biggest ever
Yeah.
in NBA. The first team to ever triple their wins
Yeah.
from the year before.
I didn't know that.
Not double.
Cade Callahan,
Cunningham.
Cunningham.
Talk that shit, Josh.
the
Come on.
young Pistons.
Come on.
Young Pistons.
Talk
making
that shit. Baby
significant
Pistons.
Impact in their first postseason appearance.
Yeah.
Will they? You think they will make up?
Okay, I'm gonna say this: going into Madison Square Garden for the first series in
The
the playoffs
mecca of basketball.
is gonna be tough.
The mecca of
But
basketball.
I'll also say this: some of the greatest players have had their moments at Madison Square Garden in the playoffs.
Come on.
And I think it's time that Cade Cunningham has one of these moments. And that is also what I have seen.
Talk your shit.
I've seen people talk about it.
Talk
Even
your
New
shit.
York fans are worried about what Cade Cunningham
Stephen
can do.
A. shook.
Carmelo Anthony and who else was talking about? Oh, Spike Lee was on a show, and they were talking about it. And Carmelo said, Spike, anytime he hits a shot, he's looking right at you, and he's going to talk to you.
Every time.
Spike said, nah, I'm just going to tell him peace, love, and happiness
Come
because I
on.
don't want no beef
Come on.
with Cade Cunningham.
They don't want that young boy going off. He's special.
Carmelo actually said he would love to work with Cade.
And Cade actually averages 30 in New York. And like you said, Madison Square Garden's like one of the it's like the mecca of
spot.
basketball. That's where you want to be. Even though the Knicks haven't been good in forever, you know what I'm saying? They've made the playoffs here and there, but they've never been a legitimate championship
They
team.
look like some bullies this year.
They look good.
If Brunson would have been healthy this year and playing the whole way through, I'd fear
Yeah.
this New York team. But with Brunson just coming back, about 2 weeks ago, maybe he had about a week and a half to tune up before the playoffs. That's the only thing. I don't know if he can go the distance with Cade like that.
They still got a tough team, though, that we got to worry about.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cade has about 5 inches on Brunson.
Yeah.
So obviously they're gonna try to keep Brunson off him. They'll probably put Brunson on the shooters like Beasley and Hardaway to try to keep him off Cade so he doesn't get in foul trouble and wear himself out playing D. But Cade's a mismatch for whoever guards him.
I mean, they
Cade's different.
literally have at least 4 guys on their starting lineup that I'd worry about, and that'd be Karl Anthony Towns,
Towns.
Brunson, Anunoby, Bridges, and Hart. Shit,
Really,
Honestly, that's
offensively.
that's a squad.
Offensively, I'm not worried about Hart. Hart's more of a rebounder and assister. He hasn't really been getting the points lately, but Bridges and Anunoby really scare me, to be honest, especially Anunoby, because when Brunson had went down for that extended period of time, it was almost 2 months. Anunoby stepped up and was averaging almost 20 points a game. So I don't know if he can still average 20 with Brunson there, because Brunson, we know he likes to dominate the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's why Brunson averages what he does, because he dominates the ball. So, but if he can get Anunoby and keep everybody active, it can be a very, very, very scary series for us. But I like this matchup better than I like the Bucks matchup, better than the Cavs and the Celtics.
I'd rather play the Pacers. Man.
I said if I was going to play anybody, I'd rather have it be the Pacers or the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? And so we got one of them. So I definitely can't complain.
Speaking of that, Bucks and Pacers rematch.
Yeah.
If the Bucks lose to the Pacers in the first
Guinness
round,
healthy, can the Bucks average last year's first round exit?
Giannis.
Guinness.
I was like, we drinking
You
beer
Guinness?
tonight?
Guinness.
So, but if Milwaukee loses to the Pacers in the first round, I'm saying this right here, the Bucks need to trade Giannis.
Yeah. That's what happened last year, though.
They lost the
first
Pacers in the first round.
That's what
Giannis might won out.
Yeah, he's already won a championship there, so he's already took Milwaukee to somewhere that they've never been in a very long time. You feel me? Milwaukee's a small market team. They're good here and there, but they haven't been good for extended period of time. They won the championship, but the run might be over. You know what I'm saying? He actually signed a contract extension with him to stay in Milwaukee, which was surprising. People thought he would go to like the LAs, Miami's, the big markets. You know what I'm saying? So he actually signed an extension. But if they're not going to be a championship team with championship potential, I can see him wanting out or the team wanting to get something for him in return, which would be a king's ransom. Yeah. Giannis is like a 5 first-round pick type trade. You feel me?
Oh shit.
Yeah, because he's different. You're not gonna find another.
You're gonna
Giannis.
have to give up a star for him.
Yeah.
They're gonna want something in return.
They're gonna want a king's
picks.
ransom. But like I said, if they lose to the Pacers back-to-back years in the first round, it's time to
Pacers where they
start
got,
over.
Or Tyrese
Halliburton. You got Pascal Siakam. You got Nembhard. Miles Turner's a demon for real. He's really one of the underrated centers.
He's an old school center that can shoot threes.
And he can
like
actually
crazy.
shoot threes. Yeah. The Lakers have been trying to get Miles Turner away from the Pacers for like 5 years straight, and the Pacers won't come off him because they seen the potential in him, and he's definitely blossomed this year. I mean, he's been playing ball for the last three years. He's been playing good ball. But if Turner can hit the three, and like you said, keep Giannis out there, keep Lopez from out there, same way with the centers from Boston, since he can hit the three, if you can keep a big man out there, it can open up the lane for the rest of the players. But if the Bucks lose, they got to tear it up, trade Giannis, build around Dame. Because Dame's a 30-point scorer a night, you feel me? Mm-hmm. If Dame's healthy, he can score 30 on his own.
Yeah, but Dame's got health issues there.
Yeah, if healthy, that's why I said.
I mean, his health issues, though, might shorten his career.
He is getting older. He's not like old, like Bron old, but he is getting up there to be having all those nagging injuries. They pile up.
It's ain't a nagging injury. This is a health concern.
But if I were able to get, like you said, 5 first-round picks and a king's ransom for Giannis and still have Dame on the team, then it wouldn't be bad either. That'd still be good enough to lose in the first round to the Pacers, wouldn't you think?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, it ain't trade Giannis. It's Giannis
if
is
he wants out.
He's going to want out. You don't trade a Giannis. Then you look like the guy that traded Luka. You know what I mean? Like, Giannis is one of them generational talents. Like, he's just one of them guys that he can score damn near every time he's got the ball in his hands.
Matthew, who was one of the biggest Cavs fans in the world, my buddy Matt, used to be my neighbor over on Stillwell. He says, JB's going to blow it with his BS rotations. Trust me, Detroit has a really good squad, though. Just don't trust JB. JB should be coach of the year.
Yeah, JB's
and
up for
JB
coach
we
of the
trust.
year.
Hold up.
I'm going to say, yeah.
We're going to get him off JB.
Yeah,
they ain't going to get on JB.
Yeah.
He might have needed this team to run his systems then. And you see what I'm saying? Like, everything don't work with just everybody.
And what's crazy is when JB came to Cleveland was in shambles. Cleveland wasn't that good of a team. He helped turn the culture around. He helped turn the team around, got them good. He couldn't get them to the next step where they wanted. So when he got fired, it was kind of crazy because, like you said, what were they, a 2-3 seed last year? And he ended up getting fired, JB. Yeah. He comes to the Pistons, a 14-win team, and triples. Didn't you say, Josh, first time the wins tripled? Yeah. Tripled their wins, you feel me? He did what the Commanders did in football this year. So I can't take nothing away from JB. Now we'll see how he coaches in the playoffs. This is the first year with us, so we haven't seen him as much as the Cavs fans have seen him.
He took us back to the playoffs.
Oh, I know, but we haven't seen him as much as the Cavs fans.
I know.
So we're going to see his rotations. Hopefully he can keep Beasley active, keep his shooters active, keep the right rotations we're going to see. We definitely keep an eye on it.
I was hoping for a play-in game this year. This dude got us a lock in the playoffs. And that's what's
crazy, for real. You don't remember, though, before the season even started, we said our goal was to make it to a play-in game and hopefully play in a playoff series.
Yep.
And you know what's crazy? We didn't play in a play-in game. You know why? Because we're already in the playoffs. Yeah. Crazy, bro.
So JB Bickerstaff hasn't been that guy for us yet. Matt.
He hasn't blown it
Just
for us
so you
yet,
know,
at least.
He hasn't done that for us yet.
And-
we love the rotations we're seeing.
Yeah,
Especially-
he keeps Beasley active.
He's gone through some injuries this year. We lost one of our best players.
Jaden Ivey, a 20-point scorer.
30 games in and haven't had him since.
And been playing better ball. I hate to say it, but we've been playing better ball since Ivy went out. And the Cavs head coach, Altman, he's up for Coach of the Year along with Bickerstaff. I think Altman might edge Bickerstaff out. But Altman inherited a Cavs team that was already a 2-3 seed.
Yeah.
And he took them to a 1 seed. You feel me? Bickerstaff took a 14-win team to a 6
Cavs
seed.
had an
I think Bickerstaff should win it.
established team.
That's what I'm saying.
The
he
Pistons-
came to a playoff team.
The
championship
Pistons
team
were a complete turnaround
in 1 year.
in 1 year.
Literally like what the Commanders did this year. It was
Yes.
insane. To see that in football and in basketball by 2 different teams, it was insane in the
That's
same
the
year.
stuff you got to look at for
Yeah.
Coach of the Year. It's for the year.
And that's what teams got to know. It can turn around that quick. If you make the right moves and you hit on the right players, it can turn around that quick. And with the Pistons, we really didn't even bring in new.
No,
that
Ron
mean,
Holland.
It was new coaching. We brought in,
Yeah,
Ron, like you said,
Ron
we brought in
Holland.
Ron Holland. I guess Beasley, though. Beasley led the NBA and made threes this
That's
year.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's a hell of
for,
a pickup.
For those that didn't know that, Michael Beasley led the NBA and made 3-pointers this year.
Malik.
I mean, my fault, Malik. I don't know why I always say Michael. Why I always want to say Michael?
Because there was
He
a
such
Michael
huge-
Beasley.
He was such a huge bust, though.
Yeah.
He had all that. He reminded me of
Actually, he played a long time and he's still
Yeah.
playing.
He-
He's
he-
actually
but he-
playing overseas.
He like reminded me of Ben Simmons, though.
Oh, yeah.
He was a Ben Simmons.
He
Yeah.
was, he
so I
was.
hate that I keep saying Michael all the time. But Malik Beasley,
he got
led
a check,
the
though.
NBA.
Yeah, he
and he got a
check.
championship ring too, though. He
Oh,
won
yeah.
a chip with them with
the-
Shaq and
the
D
Heat.
Wade.
With the Heat.
Yep, with Shaq and D Wade. But yeah, I hate that. But Malik Beasley led the NBA and made threes this year. A guy that we signed when we signed Beasley, Harris, and Hardaway. Nobody in the league even blinked twice. You feel me? We signed Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr. Who in the league said, "Oh, they're a playoff team now"? Not one person said that. Those were under the radar signings. When you hit on Trajan Langdon, this is his first year in the front office. When you hit on 3 people like that, and you already got a hot young squad, come on. Asur Thompson is one of the best wing defenders in the NBA already, and he's in his second year.
Yeah.
You can't get around this guy. Once his kid locks in on you, he's stuck on you like glue. And Ron Hollins brings that same kind of intensity on the defense. Once their offense comes around, Detroit's ceiling is even way higher than it is right now. Like, we haven't even seen close to Detroit's ceiling yet.
Oh, no.
Once Asur and Holland learn how to score, they're going to be so dangerous just because they're so athletic. Right now, they're just scoring on their athletic ability, getting to the hole, layups, alley-oops, putbacks on missed shots. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Once they can establish a shot, those two are going to be dangerous.
I honestly think that the Pistons can get through the first round.
And JB, we trust.
And I don't
And I ain't
I'm
talking
not
about
gonna
Johnny
say-
Brown. We ain't
I'm
talking
not-
about Johnny
yeah,
Brown.
I'm not going to say that they'll get through the second round. I'm hoping they will, but I think that we should be able to get through the Knicks.
We're going to go as far as Cade can take it.
Yes.
We've never seen Cade in the playoffs.
No.
Remember, he was the first overall pick in the draft, so he came in with high expectations.
And
this is what you expect the first pick in the draft to do, is this right here, take a team to the playoffs,
I've
right?
seen talks of him being the best point guard in the East, though.
Exactly. So, but we've never seen playoff Cade.
Uh-uh.
What if playoff Cade is like playoff Jimmy?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We finish each other's sentences and sandwiches.
What if playoff Malik is like
Matthew made a comment.
you know?
Let's see. Altman GM, Atkinson coach. I'm low-key pulling for JB in Detroit. I mean, that's my fault. I kept saying Altman. I apologize. Yeah, Atkinson for coach. My fault. I kept saying Altman. I don't know why I kept saying Altman. But GM of the year should be Trajan Langdon.
Oh, I'd love to see that in the
throwing
Eastern
that out
Conference
there.
Finals, man.
Who? Detroit and
Detroit,
Cleveland. That would be old school LeBron James versus
Man.
Rip and Tayshawn and Chauncey, and that would have that kind of
even
vibe.
go back to the Mark Price and Isaiah in them
Way
days
back
too, man.
Yeah, come on, way back.
Back when the
Jordan
Pistons
was
were
playing.
relevant.
Yeah, back the real bad boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, America wouldn't like that matchup. It wouldn't be the sexy matchup, obviously. But us around here, we would love that matchup.
Hold on. It would be if we get through the first 2 rounds and we're shining.
Yeah.
Then they would love to see
Oh, yeah,
that.
it'd be the hot story, the upstart Pistons.
Man, you got Detroit and Cleveland are this far away from each other. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that would be dope.
Yeah, geographically, it'd be smacking around here.
There'd be a lot of upset Bostoners and Milwaukeeans.
Yeah, you know
and,
they want to see the big stars in.
and those teams.
Just
but
think
guess
about it,
what?
though. It was like when Detroit got there when we had Rip and Tayshaun, everybody saying they don't have a superstar. Yeah, but we got 5 players that are playing together and playing
Yeah.
better than any other team
Team
out
ball can win against
there.
any
Yeah.
superstar.
So when we made it and we played against the Lakers, against Shaq and Kobe and all
Yeah.
them, they said we were going to get swept. They don't got no stars on that team.
Yep.
4-1.
They're just a bunch of guys that play good ball.
Beat them
together.
4-1. When Ben Wallace blocked Shaq, I knew that series was over. They had no fight in them after that.
Let's get a break.
Yeah, we like
Make sure
everybody
you
to
like, share, subscribe.
Hit us up.
Come on.
Come join
Tap
us.
in. You can call. You can hit our line. The numbers 813308004.
Who?
Call Mike Jones on the low.
Who?
But yeah, you can definitely tap in. Make sure y'all tap in,
Mike
comment,
Jones.
like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? This KTL Live on a good Friday. Just not any Friday. This is a good Friday.
Good Friday.
So tap in with us and let's make your Friday even better. You hear me? Come
Make
on.
sure you follow. Go hit up the YouTube. We're trying to grow the YouTube page still. KTL
Make
Show.
sure you like
Dental
the
Talk.
Facebook
KTL.
page and the YouTube page.
KTL.
Show.
KTL Show. KTL Show. KTL Show. KTL shout it. KTL shout it. KTL shout it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into the Western Conference. Thunder championship run.
No.
Can they seed what top seed?
No.
Are they top seeded?
Top seeded.
Oklahoma Thunder
Easily the
translate
top
their
seed.
regular season dominance into a successful playoff run despite their relative inexperience.
And that's what's crazy. Yeah, they're so young. That's the only thing. They easily were the number 1 seed, Josh. They were the number 1 seed by a landslide. Houston was the number 2, and it wasn't even close. You feel me? They knew they were the number 1 seed like with 2 weeks to go in the season, still type shit.
Yeah.
But I think they're just too young. I mean, Shai's dropping 30. That's what Shai does. You feel me? They might give him the MVP over Jokic finally, but I don't know if I can see that young team going and beating a Lakers team with Luka and LeBron, or going and beating a Denver team with Jokic and a Murray and Porter. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I don't know if I can see that, or beating a Clippers team with Harden and Kawhi and Powell. You know what I mean? I can see them losing to any of those teams right there.
I see it like this. They gotta, when it gets to the second round and it gets some 7-game series, shit, I don't know a lot of teams can beat them in a 7-game series.
Who, OKC?
Yeah.
I didn't see
Look-
teams
look-
beat them in a 7-game series like 3 years in a row.
I'm saying years past, but this year, look at
It's
their record.
definitely a new squad, obviously. They brought in Isaiah Hartenstein.
I guarantee that none of them West teams dominated them.
Oh, no. They probably got a winning record against everybody in the West.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's
So,
playoff time.
a
You know that.
7-game series.
It's time to throw them records out the window. You know what time? Now you're a seed. Them records don't make no difference. And I know they're the
I
one
don't
seed.
believe that they win it. I'm just saying.
Do you think they can at least make it there, though?
They can.
You think they can make it there?
They absolutely can.
And every year they can, but they haven't. But no, do you legitimately think they can make it there this year?
Yes.
Okay.
I absolutely do. Just from their record alone and the team. Like I said,
And-
they played these
And
teams.
Shai's one of my favorite players, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I love to watch him play, but I just don't know if they can get over that hump.
Houston's the 2 seed, and I don't see them going anywhere.
Yeah. As I said, Houston's the most slept on 2 seed, to be honest. Like I think we forget that Houston's even the 2 seed. Everybody just like,
Because it's
we dance around them.
because I don't know how they got there. I really don't.
Especially
Their star player's not even a star player.
Jalen Green was the star player for most of the season. The last 2 months, I don't know what happened to him, but the last 2 months, Jalen Green has been horrible.
So they're going up against the Warriors.
Did the Warriors get the 7th seed? Yeah. Yes, they did.
Okay.
Who's
So-
going against the Warriors?
The Rockets.
The Rockets.
Yeah. Rockets Warriors first
They're
round.
done
they're
first round.
saying The
Warriors are winning first
experience
round.
versus the Rockets youth.
Warriors, hands down.
With the
first
season
round.
duo.
You think
Steph
hands
Curry
down?
And Jimmy
Hands
Butler
down.
Hands down.
Playoff Jimmy.
guide the Warriors
Playoff
past
Jimmy.
the young, gritty
38
Houston
points
Rockets.
in the play-in game.
But you don't think the Rockets stand a chance?
No.
They have a big man in Alfred Sengun from Turkey who's about 7'1", 7'2". I'm the only person the Warriors have on that team that is Quentin Post. And Post ain't gonna be
They
able to play
still
that many
got Buddy.
minutes.
They still got Buddy.
Who's going to limit Curry, though?
They still got Looney, but Looney ain't that.
Who's going to limit Curry?
Nobody.
But what's crazy? Do you guys remember the game? Do you remember the game where Steph Curry scored 3 points like 2 weeks ago?
No, I didn't hear about
He only
that.
scored 3 points the whole game, Josh, and he played almost the whole game. Do you know who that was against?
Who?
The Houston Rockets.
No shit.
who guarded him?
The Houston Rockets head coach, Ime Udoka, was the head coach of the Boston Celtics. Took him to the championship, lost to the Warriors. Lost to the Warriors in the championship. So he has a grudge against these Warriors. Obviously, he was fired for sleeping with the secretary. We already know how that went. He was out of basketball, came back. Now he's back with the Rockets. He's known for his defense as a coach. You feel me? You know, in the NFL, when you're hiring a head coach, you want to hire an offensive coach or a defensive coach. If you're hiring this guy, you're hiring a defensive coach, Josh. They were in the back end of the in defense last year. This year, he has them top 10 in defense. He has something. He has a recipe on Curry or something. He literally.
I thought they
I watched
beat
that
him.
full game. Yeah, they beat him.
You watched one game.
Yeah, I watched it, and it was the most recent game they played against them, though. That's the most
just
recent game they played
the other
against
day?
each other. It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
He played almost the whole game and had 3 points. Come on, I took him for 25 on my parlay. I'm sitting there looking crazy as hell. I ain't never seen Steph Curry. I'm like, okay, yeah, he got 3, but He about to score 22 quick ones, bro. He ended with 3. He could not make nothing. Every time they thought about passing to him, they double teamed him. They didn't give him a chance to shoot the ball. He had a pass to make somebody else make a play, and the other players weren't making plays. They lost by 20-something points that game.
Yeah, I think that
Their plan is to take the ball out of his hand immediately.
I think Golden State sweeps this series in my eyes.
You think it's a sweep?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
5 games.
I'm gonna give the Rockets at least one.
5 games, absolutely.
Wow.
I'm gonna give the Rockets at least one.
I don't see
Sweet.
anyone stopping Steph and
Curry.
Jimmy at the same time. Playoff Jimmy's something different.
Yeah,
I'm
Butler,
not.
yeah.
People ain't used to seeing him. This team's
You're
young.
saying sweep?
I'm saying sweet.
Who's this? Matthew says Houston is the most athletic team.
That's what I'm saying. Defensively, so
They take 7 GMs, but Houston runs.
But think about it though.
Boaz
They
out of the gym, they're 4 dubs.
hold on. Oh yeah. You talking about with their athleticism? They have obviously we have Asura Thompson. For those who don't know, they're twins. I don't know if you know this, Josh, but this is only their second year in the league. But they're both twins. Detroit drafted Asura Thompson in the very next pick in the draft. Houston took Amen Thompson, his twin brother. Very, very athletic. Very, very good defender. The one from Houston's better offensively. He averages about 15 points a game. The one from Detroit, he's just a really good defender. Hopefully his offense comes along. But they are very, very long and very, very athletic in Houston. That's why are you going to stand on a sweep?
Yeah.
Man, I think we should bet a 10-piece wing on it on our next wing tour.
Oh. Oh. You heard it here, folks.
Come on.
Heard it here first.
Come with
Go
it. And I'm giving you the Greg Curry whip playoff, Jimmy.
Oh. Oh, you going to take the
You
bet,
hear me,
though?
though?
We betting on who wins the series, or we betting on a sweep?
You said sweep. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
did
think they
say
can win no
sweep.
series. Yeah, I don't think Houston can win the series at all. And that's why I was asking if you standing on sweep. That's why I was seeing how confident you was.
He's
in it.
going to bet the
You know
next
what I'm
wing,
saying?
the wing
They
mill.
sweep them. Next time we get wings, it's on me. You know what I'm saying? But
Let me think about that.
yeah, I'm gonna give you a
Oh,
second to think on it. You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
he thought about
'Cause
it,
when he
yeah.
said sweep, he poked his chest out a little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, hold up. I think obviously I don't think they're experienced enough to win that series, but I just think Houston could push them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they can win 2-3 games, but I think they can push them. Is it a 5 or 7 game series in the first round?
I'm looking right now to see what.
Because I honestly think they're 7 game series though. Are they 7 in the first round now?
No, it's
Are they
5-7-7.
Okay.
5-7-7-7.
Okay. Because I know they've been broke. You remember when we were kids, they were 3 game series in the first round. That was weird.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, you lose 2 games, you was
Yeah,
done. That
it was done quick.
Yeah, out of there quick. You ain't,
Now-
they ain't no fucking
Yeah,
playoff series.
Now
bro.
they milk everything.
Yeah, they trying to get every game they can get out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. They trying to. But before you know it, the first round the first round games are gonna be 7 games. You gotta get the most basketball you can get out of it. You feel me?
They
The most
should,
ratings you can
but
get.
They've been that way, I think, for a while.
Yeah, they stood on this format for a while now, but I don't know. I honestly, when it comes, I'm gonna come back to Detroit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a Pistons fan, so we talking playoffs.
I'm already done. Here, I got another question for you.
We are the best team in basketball. Look me in my eye.
All right, here I got.
We are the
another-
ones now. We have
Listen,
arrived.
Listen, okay.
Hit me with it,
With the Lakers' new look,
y'all.
with the Luka trade and all that.
Matter of fact, let me.
With the Lakers, how you get the coat off and go ahead,
It's
get
time now.
comfortable.
Let's do it.
Do they got a chance? I mean, do they got a chance of the playoff run?
To win it all,
Yeah, alongside LeBron James.
you have potentially.
Do they have the chemistry?
You have potentially 2 top 10 players of all time. Maybe top 5 players of all time on one team. Is there a team that you could ever say you remember that? Even when you got D Wade and LeBron, it was no potential 2 top 5 players of all time. If they get on their
You say
shit,
Luka's top what?
when he's all said and done, not
I'm
right now.
sure.
When it's all said and done,
He'll be
he'll
up
be
there.
top 5. Obviously, LeBron's top 5.
Okay.
So if you got 2 players like that on your team, if they're on their shit, I don't care nothing else about the role players. If they get on their shit, they can both drop 30 a game if need be. You feel me? So I think that Lakers. I'm not gonna pick them to come out the West because I've been riding. I was on the Denver train for a little bit, then I switched over to the Clippers. But I don't think I'm ready to jump on the Laker train just yet. But I think that obviously I would put them top 2 to come out the West easily.
Okay.
And what's crazy is I think the other team out of LA might be the other one, the Clippers.
Okay,
I think
that's
those might be
where
my
I'm about
favorite
to go
teams in the
here.
West.
Clippers redemption. What's his name?
Kawhi,
Leonard?
come on.
Can Leonard
Kawhiski.
and Harden lead the Clippers past the defending champion Nuggets. Wait, they're the champion? No, they're of the conference?
Boston won it,
Okay.
but the Nuggets won it the year before.
The year before.
Yeah, the Nuggets won it the year before.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's still a championship team.
Yeah.
Almost everybody's still there from that team. They didn't get rid of anybody from that team. But
Denver's recent coaching changes. What happened
what was
there?
crazy is They fired their coach a week before the playoffs.
What?
Yeah.
No shit.
Because even when Jokic was having those 62-point triple doubles, he had that
Uh-huh.
triple double where he had 20 points, not 20 points, 20 assists and 20 rebounds in the game. They were still losing those games.
Oh,
You feel me? So he was putting together like all-time great performances and losing, and so they must have felt like he couldn't get him to that to the mountain again. Like I said, they won it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They must have felt like he couldn't get to the mountaintop, and they got rid of him a week before the playoffs started. I don't know if it's gonna. It could either spark the team or it can throw the team
Who they
chemistry
put
off.
in place?
Oh, the assistant coach. I don't even know who he
Just
was.
some-
It was a
just
younger
some
guy.
random dude.
That was a younger guy. I think they said he used to coach in France or some shit. Yeah, it was a younger guy. But like I said, it can either light a fire under him or, like I said, it can throw off the chemistry. But with the Clippers, like I said,
Leonard and Harden.
I think they're the sleeper team for real. Because Kawhi sits out for a month, sits out for 2, then he comes back, first game back, 25 points, 30 points. He should not be able to just come back and do that. Yeah, he's got the weirdest. His laugh should be like in like a cartoon, like an evil villain. For real, don't you think they should use
He's
that?
still Kawhi Leonard, though.
Yeah,
Shit.
but how can you miss that many games and just come back and drop 30 like it ain't shit? That's crazy, bro. They're gonna load manage Kawhi tonight. He scored 32. Like, bro, if that's load management, I hate to see full go Kawhi.
I didn't know James Harden was on
But
that team with him.
Harden's dropping 20, 25.
Yeah, I didn't know
you feel
that he
me?
was on that team
And then
with
on top of that, Norman Powell. I hate to speak on Powell because he cost me $950 in their last game. I needed 4 points from him, and the game went to overtime, and he still couldn't score 4 points. He only touched the ball once in overtime. That was it on my parlay. 4 points from Powell, and he scores 20 a game. But I took him for 15 being safe. But either way, with Powell, Harden, and Kawhi, and not just them. Hold up, it don't stop. They have Ivica Zubac. He's a 7'3"
some
center.
Crazy names out there now.
Yeah,
these
he's
days.
from overseas. They got some crazy names, but he's
Yeah.
been dropping 20 a game for the last 2 months. And Zubac's usually like a 10, 12-point scorer, you feel me? So with Zubac dropping almost 20 a night and getting 15 rebounds, Jokic going to have to show what he's working with, you feel me? Something's going to have to give. He's not, most teams he goes against, he's the biggest man on the floor. Zubac's right there with him, so either
How big
Zubac's
is
going to
that?
get,
He sounds
Zubac might
big.
get in foul trouble, though. Yeah, Zubac, use that name sound big, huh?
Yeah.
Like Ivan Dragoff,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Where's he from?
I'm not particularly sure where Zubac is from, to be honest. I don't want to just throw Ukraine or Russia on him just because it sounds like that.
Yeah,
But somewhere over there.
Turkish or
Yeah,
something.
you feel me? But unless he
No,
gets in foul trouble,
Slovakia.
because you know Jokic will go after him. Unless Jokic can get him in foul trouble, that's going to be a very good matchup, for real. So like I said, I think the Clippers has as good a chance as anybody, even though they come in facing Denver out the gate. A very good team is going to be going right away in that matchup, you know what I'm saying? Whoever loses that matchup is still a very good team, but somebody got to go home, you feel me? That's the beauty of the playoffs. Where's he from?
He's a
Bosnovia
Croatian.
and a Croatian.
He came from the Croatian professional basketball. He's a Croatian.
From the Croatian
Bosnia and
mountains.
Herzegovina. He's from Bosnia and Herzegovina.
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 Them Caucasian mountains.
Bosnia, yeah.
Yeah, what's
He a
his
big
cap-
mountain man
His
in the
nation-
Caucasus.
his
The
nation-
mountains of Caucasus.
Yeah, his nationality is Croatian.
Yeah, so he's Croatian, yeah.
Okay.
He a big, how tall is he again? Since we got him up right there, though, what's his stats?
7 foot.
7 foot,
footer.
240 pounds.
And what position did he play?
Center.
Center.
And he's
So
been
like
dropping
an old
20 a
school
game.
Center,
Yeah, he's
or-
an old
He's an
school
old
center.
school
Yeah.
center.
He ain't shooting trade pieces. He might shoot a three
he
every now and then,
bangs?
but he under there
I
bang.
actually
banging?
said that the other night. He's
Yeah.
one of the few
He's a throwback
Yeah,
center.
I'm gonna have to check
old
him out.
school centers.
But that's what's going to suck, though, with Jokic shooting the three as much as he does now. Zubac's
You
going to
gotta
have to
stay
leak
out
out the
there.
three-point line. So that
Can
might
they have
take away
somebody
from.
else jump out there?
Yeah, unless they put a smaller man on him out there. But once he starts backing that man down, it's trouble. Then Zubac's going to have to leave his
just
man. And
switch
Jokic is such a good passer. He's boom, quick pass,
Yeah.
open man.
the
Open
play-in
man.
game tonight has a score of 88-86 in the fourth quarter
Ooh,
with
I like that score.
9:11 left.
That score got me want to check my parlay.
What's that? What game is that?
That is the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks.
And while we're talking playoffs,
Miami Heat's up 2.
the beauty of this playing game, it's sort of like a wild card game in baseball, but the loser tonight is done. The loser tonight, there's no tomorrow for the loser tonight. You feel me? The Heat were dominating this game earlier. They were up as much as I think 18 points. The Hawks fought back. They're only down 2. Like I said, there's no tomorrow for the loser of this game.
But
and
stop
that's the
and
beauty
think
of this
about
play-in.
this. The old way, there would have been teams that were already done and didn't have a chance to get in.
And that's why I like that. You feel me? Because now you got that 9 and that 10 seed and give them a chance to fight. Because
It's actually, they have to play more
Because-
games too in a shorter period.
even
of
when it comes to
time.
the NFL, think about how many times your season's missed the playoffs by one game. You feel me? How many times in the NBA your team missed the playoffs by one game? So now if you missed it by that one game, you're probably that 9 or 10 seed. So now you have a chance to beat that team in front of you and show that you deserve to be the team in. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I think that playing game, it came up around bubble time, somewhere around then with the whole bubble thing. Was it? It was somewhere around there when they started that playing game. But I think it's a beautiful thing, and it added a little spice to the NBA
I always
playoffs.
saw this as a way to get LeBron into the playoffs more often.
That's what everybody was saying because
That's
the
exactly
because
what
the
it
Lakers
is.
actually got in as a on the play in a couple times. You feel me?
I think it came right after he missed the playoffs. They're like, oh shit, we can't be having him out
But
the playoffs.
but
man.
with Luka, ain't no more playing game for LeBron. You ain't never got to worry about that again until he retire. Him and Luka, they in there every time.
Oh,
them
definitely
boys
with
dangerous.
Luka.
It's
All
crazy
right,
how
with
Luka
that
just
being
shoots
said,
so
I
smooth, bro.
got something.
Hit us with it.
Some general playoff debate questions. All right.
General playoff debate, I'm ready.
Most pressure.
Most pressure?
Which superstar faces the most pressure to deliver the postseason? This postseason.
The one that always does.
Who?
LeBron James.
That's so
Come on.
cliche.
I know, but that's who they hate on the most.
Yeah.
After
What
LeBron,
was the
after
question?
LeBron,
What was the question?
which superstar faces the most scrutiny?
Yeah. The most pressure.
Pressure to
deliver
win. I
this-
mean, my
this
fault. Most
postseason.
pressure to win.
Oh, I definitely would say LeBron.
That's what I'm saying.
Really?
But after LeBron, I'm going to go to his counterpart, Luka Doncic, because Luka left Dallas to come to LA to play.
Luka didn't leave Dallas. Luka
He got
sent
traded.
from
Yeah.
Dallas.
But he had a no trade clause, didn't he? Couldn't he have turned it down?
No.
Luka didn't have a no. That's
That
crazy.
dude-
He didn't have a no trade
Hell
clause.
no. That dude was sent.
Yeah,
to
that's
the
what I'm saying.
Lakers.
But obviously, with him playing with one of the
You saw
top
the
players of all,
tears. You saw the tears coming out of his eyes when
Yeah,
he was in Dallas.
but now he's with one of the top players of all time. So if he can't get it done with him, there's gonna be scrutiny his way too. You feel me? Because like you said, you got two of the might be the two of the top 5 players of all time. So anytime they don't make a long run, they're gonna be frowned upon and they're gonna trash talk him.
So you both go LeBron.
I'm definitely saying
It's
LeBron.
LeBron every time.
He's the most
Alright.
hated on.
He's the most
person
hated
anyway.
player in not
I
even the
don't
NBA, maybe even in the world.
Because last year he wouldn't even make it, right? What you just said. He didn't even make it.
No, a
last
couple
year.
couple years
No, it
before
was
that.
a couple years ago. He didn't make it.
When
I
they
think
came out with
that's
the
when they
playoff game,
actually
yeah.
came
That's
with
when
the
they came
play-in
with the
game.
play-in game.
They needed him in there. They
Okay.
know better.
Okay.
That's money.
Because those Lakers teams weren't when he first got there, they weren't that good. You feel me? It was just LeBron and a bunch of guys. So like he said, it seemed like they're trying to find a way to keep
Never-
him in,
see, he
keep him
ain't
in the
Kobe.
playoffs until they got better. You
Well,
feel me?
Kobe didn't need all that.
Kobe ain't need nothing.
Not a lot of
No.
stars.
He did have Shaq though,
Nah.
Shaq in his prime?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fun.
but Kobe actually won one without Shaq too.
yeah. Okay.
You feel me?
Dark horse team. Which lower seed team has the best chance to make the surprising run?
And we'll be non-biased, so we'll leave Detroit out of this because we'll get on a whole new
I
piston
knew-
rant.
I was gonna say.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna leave Detroit, and we'll leave Detroit out of this though, and I'll let you go first.
I got Golden State.
Golden State. And what the crazy thing is, they are a lower seed, so that is a
They're a
legitimate.
7 seed.
Yeah, that's
Fuck,
so that
that's a
so
second
that
lowest
yeah,
seed.
that's what I'm saying. So that is a legitimate answer. Even though you think about the great Golden State, the whole franchise, all the championships, they are a 7 seed. So that's a
crazy
legitimate
to
answer.
think, Yeah.
And what's crazy with mine is I'm gonna go with the Clippers.
Clippers.
The Clippers are only a 7 seed, aren't they? The Clippers
Nah,
end up at
that's
6
so-
or 6.
They got to be 6 or
Yeah,
5.
they ended up at 6
That's
because
still low, though.
when they played the last game of the season, the winner got the 6 and the loser went to the play-in game. So even though they're 6 seed, I think the Clippers have a chance to make an extended run in the playoffs, if not make it to the NBA Finals.
Were the Clippers in a play-in game?
No,
Oh.
that's what I said. That last game of the season between the Clippers and Golden
Gotcha.
State,
Got 'em
the
in.
winner got to the 6 and the loser went to the play-in. That's why that game was so important.
Okay. Let's wrap up this
Playoffs.
playoffs. Okay. We'll start this week since it's the beginning. And final predictions: who will emerge as the NFL NBA champion, and who will take home the Finals MVP? We'll start. You guys can keep it, and you can change it one time.
So we're gonna do one before,
Yeah.
And we'll do one
midway
through.
Yeah.
We'll
And
do
see if
one
you can
after the
take-
second round.
Wait, we got something from Matthew. Knicks, dark horse team. Okay.
Built the team to beat Town.
Okay.
They ain't beat that team to beat the bad boys though. This the young bad boys. You feel me? We're gonna be a little too rugged. I think we're gonna be a little too physical for the Knicks because even though Towns is a great player, obviously he likes to shoot the 3 a lot. He likes to shoot jumpers a lot. He's not gonna bang a lot down there. You feel me? He's gonna bang a little, but not a lot. So I think that Jalen Duren's ready for the match. I just hope Duren doesn't get in foul
Boston.
trouble. Yeah, if Duren gets in foul trouble, then we might be cooked this series. Yeah, if Towns keeps him in foul trouble, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
But
So-
the
so
Knicks
you-
could make a run. Even though they're facing us, I don't want to act like they can't make a run. They could be a dark horse team for real.
It could.
Because like you said, they potentially got 4 players that can score 20 points a game. When you got Bridges, Brunson,
Yeah.
Anunoby, and Hart when he's hot. You feel me? And Towns. Well, that's 5. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're a dangerous team. So I
So,
definitely
so
say
you're saying we need to pick a champion, Josh?
Yep.
And a
And an
MVP's
MVP.
final.
Yeah.
A finals MVP.
Let me dance around.
Damn.
Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum.
Wow.
Okay. Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum.
Come on.
Y'all heard it. This is the first pick.
y'all
You get
ain't-
to change it one
Come
time.
on. Y'all ain't hear that song LMA dropped, The Little Things? Why you think he playing like that? Come on. She talking about breakfast and heating his plate up as soon as he get home. Come on. Packing his bag for him. Putting his toothbrush in his Louis bag. Come on. She said he deserved the little things. You feel me? And them little things she doing at home got him playing out his body. You feel me? Whatever she doing, she better keep doing it. Because he turned up right now. You feel me? And that's one of the hottest songs on the chart right now. She wrote it for Jason Tatum. You feel me? But I'm going to go with Tatum all day. Although Brown potentially can get hot and be the MVP, I'm going to go Tatum. Celtics and Tatum.
Wow.
That's a deep one, huh? But like I said, Brown could potentially steal the MVP, but I'm still going to go Boston, but I'm going to say Tatum. But Brown, like I said, because when Brown get in the playoffs, he turn up too. It seems like he's in cruise control during the season. And I think that the reason that the Cavs won, like the number one seed by so many games, Boston, they like to rest their players here and there, you feel me? They're a little older than the Cavs are, you feel me? So they going to sit out a few games here and there. So they don't trip on the record. They know once they get in the dance, they can do it.
Matthew says Luka and the Lakers.
Luka and Lakers.
Good one.
And I almost was going to go there, but I can't just, man. I mean, I don't hate the Lakers, but they're not one of my favorite teams.
If
you
the
feel me?
Lakers make it to the championship, LeBron will get the MVP. Trust me.
No, Luka. I can see him giving it to Luka, bro. They don't.
Ain't no way.
They
in
don't
hell.
be on. They don't.
Ain't no way in hell.
What? Really?
I
bro,
promise you.
I
Really?
can see
I
it.
promise you.
I
They'll
can-
give it. They'll give it to LeBron.
Did Kyrie get it when they won it, or did Brian get it?
I don't know. I think LeBron.
So you're
got it.
saying that no matter how good what's the name?
Luka.
Luka
Yep.
does.
they'll give it to
30 a
LeBron.
game, Brian getting it.
Yep.
Nah. I'm
you
not
just
seeing
take
that.
it.
I'm telling you, they'll
Bro,
get, it ain't gonna be him taking it. It's gonna be them
No,
giving it to
'cause
him.
You got to think about it. If the Lakers actually won the championship, we're gonna go and say that they won it, and they give it to Luka. That's like the passing of the guards, the passing of the torch. They know LeBron's on his way out. This is our next new face of
They're
basketball.
gonna give it to Bron 'cause he's 40.
Luka won it. He's already got him though. You feel me?
Don't matter.
This
they
is
want him
Luka's
to have
first.
another.
This is gonna be Luka's first. He might not ever get another one. You get what I'm saying? What if LeBron gets this one and Luka never makes it there and wins another one? You feel me? Then they're like, damn, now's our chance to give one of the greatest players when we didn't. Bron's already got it. You
I'm
feel
not
me?
saying that Luka won't deserve it.
No, I'm saying-
that they will
yeah.
give it to LeBron.
I know he's definitely going to deserve it, but I think that he has enough rank as a player himself now to get the MVP if he plays good enough.
They have done nothing but shape the NBA for LeBron. The
I
play-in
swear.
tournament.
I
The
swear.
goddamn in-season tournament.
I
See,
they
swear,
wanted this man
yeah.
to have trophies.
But see-
you think they ain't gonna give him a Finals MVP
But
if he gets
see-
to the Finals?
And let him go out on
Stop
top.
it.
Y'all are looking at it the wrong way. Y'all saying they shaped the NBA for no. LeBron was so good that he made the NBA
No,
change. Come on.
What are you
no.
talking
He made the
about?
NBA change to try to keep up with
No.
him.
He couldn't get
Nah, stop
trophies.
it.
He
Come
couldn't
on.
get trophies, so they made trophies
What
for
Exactly.
him.
man? He got trophies,
Stop it.
MVPs. He got Finals MVPs. Come on, what trophy do we need? He got championship trophies.
He need more.
Every team he played for, he won a championship. He brought a championship to Cleveland. They ain't never won a championship.
They gave him that.
He won in
game,
Miami,
man.
one
They
in
gave him that
LA, one.
series.
If he go to goddamn Detroit, he'll win one.
No.
Wherever he go, he winning one.
Then why they adding trophies?
Where
to
has
the
he
league?
won that he hasn't won
Why
one?
are they adding trophies to the league?
Which
then?
trophy did they add?
The the in-season tournament. That was all for him.
That's for money. That
Stop.
was financial
They
revenue.
play the games anyway.
Financial revenue.
Yeah, off of his
That's
name.
extra games.
Yeah.
Off of his name.
It ain't extra games. Them games are season games. They
But-
don't play more than 82 games
But
still.
think about it. Without that playing tournament this year, we don't get to see players like Sabonis, DeRozan, Levine. We might not even get to see. We might not even got to see the Warriors. You get what I'm
What do
saying?
you mean? I said the in-season tournament where
Oh,
they
the
give
in-
out
oh, no,
where
that's
they
trash.
give a
That's trash.
fucking
I don't like
trophy
that. No.
for a
Oh
tournament
yeah,
they made.
No, yeah, I don't like that.
Like
yeah.
I said, they
No.
added
No,
trophies.
I'll agree with you on that one. I do not like that. But what is crazy, what it does give you a chance to see who wins it there and then see who wins it at the end to
I
see the
don't-
difference. But
I don't
I'm
get
not
it.
a fan of the end season.
It's
They're trying to do
games,
anything. That,
it's
yeah.
games that they played
Yeah.
anyway.
I would agree
It's
with you
stupid.
on that one. I don't like that end season tournament at all. Although Detroit did make a decent little run in the end season. So
We
that
did
should've-
not.
that
They
should've
didn't even let us in at 3-1 record. We didn't even get in the playoffs.
In the end season, we did play in the end season tournament.
We did not get in
We
the
didn't
playoffs.
make it to the second round.
We didn't make it to the fucking playoffs. We played.
Every team played in the end season tournament.
No. Okay, you play games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But we only played the games. We didn't
Yeah.
get in with a 3-1
But I'm
record.
saying.
That shit's stupid.
That's what I'm saying. We were 3-1.
I
So
know
that
it.
should have let us know we were going to be good. I don't know how it works. It was kind of weird in my eyes, too. I thought we were playing Milwaukee the next week, and they told me we weren't in. I'm like, how not?
We didn't get in because we lost one game.
That's what I'm saying. That was weird to me.
It's stupid.
I thought we played the Bucks in the next round. They talking about, no, you ain't in it. I'm like, what? We're 3-1. So like I said, that's why I don't like that
We didn't
tournament.
even make the second
That's
round.
why I don't like it. Yeah.
Or
So-
I guess we didn't even make the playoffs that they call them.
We made the real playoffs, so that's what mattered.
Oh, I
they,
know.
they can have that play-in season, but I guess the only thing that would be cool, like say the Heat won the play-in during the regular season, but then OKC won the actual NBA Finals, and you know what I mean. So you actually get to see like, okay, the Heat were good right here, but OKC ended up being better at the end. You feel me? So you can see, you can see where teams are halfway through. I guess I don't know.
It's good.
It's kind of
be
weird.
King though.
Oh,
It's
trust
good
me.
To be king.
I don't know
Trust
why they be
me.
hating on LeBron like that, Matt. I don't know what their problem is.
I ain't hating on him. I'm
That's
just
the
saying.
king.
I'm just speaking truth.
That's
I'm
the
hating.
king.
I'm
Yeah.
hating.
Come on.
I'm
He's
speaking
whack.
truth.
That's the king. Come on,
Nah.
let me adjust my
Man, that dude's
crown real
whack,
quick.
man.
That's the king, man.
The only reason he
Hey,
lasts so long
One of the greatest
because he's
things that ever
laying on
happened
the
to
floor.
Ohio.
That's the greatest thing about this world is that we all got opinions.
Yeah.
Opinions
Come on.
are like assholes, and sadly, a lot of them stink.
Yeah.
And I know, and the opinions about LeBron stink. He's a demon, one of the best players ever. Look how much he done for Ohio. He paying for kids to go to college. He's actually paying their parents' rent, buying groceries for them, giving them laptops. They already going to school with the college already paid for it. Man,
this
LeBron
dude-
is doing so much
This
for
dude
Ohio.
built a school that we had to pay taxes for. Stop it.
Yeah,
to run.
And he's sending kids to go to college for free, underprivileged kids. Getting groceries at home because groceries they weren't going to be able to get. He's getting their parents job interviews, giving them chances to get jobs so they can have better lives for their kids.
I ain't never.
He's doing shit for the community.
I ain't never.
Real shit.
I ain't never spoke bad on LeBron as a person.
Jordan didn't do nothing but gamble.
I
and smoke
spoke bad
cigars
on
and drink.
LeBron as a basketball player, not
As
as
a basketball
person.
player, he's one of the top players ever. If you're hating on him from basketball, then that's even
He
worse.
definitely played the longest.
That's even worse if you're hating on him for basketball. The numbers don't lie. What's that? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Look at the numbers. They're there.
I see him 4
They're there.
and 6.
Come
But like
on.
he said, they catered to those numbers.
Trust me.
No,
I already know.
He made the league adjust. I watched
No,
LeBron score 26 straight
no.
points against the Pistons in the playoffs.
The
once.
league adjusted to
For him.
him and the new age of basketball.
It was like when the NFL.
That's why there are a lot of travel now because he does all that damn traveling.
But you gotta think about it. It's like what the
Nah.
NFL did, how they adjusted with the illegal contact and all
But
that
the
shit
NFL
for the quarterbacks to have
but
better
the
games.
NFL raised up in numbers.
Yeah,
NBA
and that's what they're
shot
trying
down.
to do. You
The
feel me?
NBA is actually their worst numbers in
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bad.
Because-
Like, it's
because
bad.
They want him to play
catered-
more physical.
That's because
they want him to be able to play more
catered
physical.
To
They-
LeBron and his babiness.
Man, all NBA players
Let him
flop
lay
and
on
cry.
the floor. Okay,
Every
let's
NBA
get a
player
break.
complains.
Let's get a break so we can move into the next segment.
If you want to see somebody tell, look at an NBA player. They gonna tell quick. As soon as
Let's
they
get
feel
a
like they've
break.
been fouled, he did it. He touched me.
I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Go ahead and give us
Share,
a like, share it.
subscribe.
You know, we trying to do things. We enjoy everybody joining us. You know,
I'm gonna keep him off the king though.
yeah. We're gonna move on from that. We got
And I used to hate LeBron. I ain't gonna lie.
we got food tours going on. Make sure you check us out there. We try to make
Good
ground.
eats. Good
So
eats.
you even let us know because we running out of places. We're going to Bud's this week.
No, we ain't never run out of places. They gonna keep
Yeah.
making wings as long as they can sell them for
I'm
$1.50
just
a
saying
wing.
around Fremont. Yeah, we running out of places.
we
around
wanted to
here.
go to Clyde, Oak Harbor,
Yeah, I want to travel.
Toledo,
I got to travel a little
Cleveland.
bit today, and it was nice.
Cleveland. We wanted to go. We wanted to get on the road.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So
we
let's
ain't did a good road trip in a minute.
go ahead and shout us out.
I'm gonna say this though, because I know these guys will never go there, but one of the best burgers around this bitch,
Where?
your hometown Applebee's.
Yeah, I'll give you that, man.
Absolutely.
You just had one, didn't you?
phenomenal.
Price.
He just had one.
Price.
Amazing.
That motherfucker was punching though.
$9.99.
Yeah.
One of the best burgers you ever gonna eat.
So is it one of the best burgers for $9.99 or is it one of the best burgers?
It's one of the best burgers.
You know,
It's-
because sometimes
it's
with it being
delicious.
cheaper, it can draw it to you. You know what I'm saying, Josh?
Yeah.
The bun, the onions, the everything.
Brioche bun?
Oh my God,
Brioche?
A toasted brioche.
Toasted
bun.
brioche?
Man, sick with butter on top that was like seared into it.
I ain't gonna hate. I don't eat Denny's no more because the only time I used to eat
Man.
Denny's is when I was hammered after the bar, and I don't really be getting hammered no more. But I used to go there and get that hamburger.
Nah,
from,
this,
I used to get that hamburger from
I
Denny's.
said your
boy.
neighborhood Applebee's.
I know you said Applebee's.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
bringing. That's why I'm bringing up Denny's though.
Denny's ain't got
No,
nothing
but
on
I'm
Applebee's.
saying I used to get that.
Nah.
I used to get that double. Come on, have them cut it in
Yeah.
half. Come on,
Let's
and
go.
order a
we're,
nachos.
we're going into the NFL
Come on,
draft.
yeah.
Thank you.
And order
Yes,
a
Matthew.
Let's
You
go.
already know. We're
Hold on.
We're
Hold
talking.
on, Josh. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go. With the number one pick, who they taking, Josh?
We'll get to them. We'll stick with the Clownies for right now.
Let's just get Tennessee out the way because after
I
them
don't
is two.
know,
We're
man.
number two. Who you think though? Because after
I
one
don't
is
know.
two.
I already
After
know
one
it's
is two.
It's Cam Ward.
I'm thinking they're gonna
The
flip
whole world
switch.
is locked on Cam, but they could be trying to pull the Travis Hunter and be sneaky.
Yeah.
But I
If
hope
they
they stay
do-
on Cam.
If
Hey,
they do,
I hope they stay
we
on
get Cam, right?
But like I said, if they do that, then Cam slides to us. I'm gonna go with Cam. Those gonna go Cam, and now let's slide into them boys.
Let me tell you, I'm thinking we're going to trade Pack.
We better not, bro.
I think Dallas.
I think
We
could
better
too.
not.
I think Dallas or Raiders are about to throw whatever they have.
We
I'll say
better
this.
not.
I'll accept it depending on the deal.
Yeah. I mean, we can get a lot for that pick. And the thing is, we can get who we need in them later rounds.
No, we can't.
Absolutely.
Yes, we
You
can.
cannot get a Travis Hunter in the later
Man,
rounds.
I
You might
mean-
not be able to get a Travis Hunter for the next 20 years, bro.
That's true.
50 years.
That's true.
You
But
can,
what if we get like 3-round picks?
man, fuck that. You cannot. A generational talent.
Man, but for how long?
Generational.
If he goes to Cleveland, how long can he do that?
It depends on how we ride him. But Barry already said if he came there, he's going to be primarily a receiver and some defense.
That don't make sense.
But and like I
we
said,
don't
if you
need him as a receiver.
If you were to play him both ways,
I don't want to use that pick as a receiver.
You don't
Oh,
think?
God.
No.
You gotta understand, Josh, though, with Flacco and this dude being able to get to 20 miles per hour in 4 seconds, that might be one of the
Yes.
greatest
Against
combinations.
college kids, okay? Against
What do you mean against college? That's a speed. You
I
don't,
know.
Yeah,
that
speed-
don't change.
speed-
his
kills- he
routes,
has to work on his route running.
routes
Yes.
are booty.
And I'll
His
give
route,
you that.
his
And you going up against somebody like Ward, he gonna break you.
only good thing is that he has to go against Ward. So
Yes.
hopefully that will help
Hopefully.
him if we take him.
But I'm saying,
His routes are sloppy and he wins on athleticism right now.
I watched some film on him. I like the way he goes after the ball.
Attacks the ball, yeah.
But his routes are horrible. And like I said, you're going up against kids. When you go to NFL, they're gonna eat that.
They got
alive.
families.
They gonna
They
eat
try to
you
feed their
alive.
family.
If they see that your route sloppy,
on.
they're gonna run that route for you.
Some of them got grandkids. They try to feed their grandkids
Yeah.
too.
So I don't
Come
want to
on.
spend that pick on a receiver.
A receiver with some cornerback skills, play nickel here and there,
I
I'd
said
rather
and some
have-
return skills.
I'd rather him do that. I'd rather him focus on defense.
If we took him, you'd rather have primarily defense and a little offense.
I say this. We
Other
got
way
him for
around?
5 years. Use him on both.
Max him out.
Beat him up and let him go.
I mean, if he ain't got nothing
If-
left.
if
This
he-
is the AFC.
If he's still doing it in
North.
year, if he's still doing it in year 5, then you get him an extension. But if you
The
warm out and
North.
got extreme, if you can get 10 good seasons out of him or 5 great excellent seasons, what would you rather have?
5 great, excellent seasons at a cheap price.
You get what I'm saying? So I say just ride him as hard as
Matthew
you can for
says
5
trade
years.
back. Browns get DT from Michigan or
Mason Graham's is,
tackle. Recoup these picks from the D with the trade somewhere.
Mason Graham all the way plays for Michigan, so it hurts
I
to
like
say this.
that.
He is one of my
He's a
favorite.
stud.
He's one of my favorite players in this draft, Mason
Yeah.
Graham. I think he's one. I'm not going to put him up there with Abdul Carter and Hunter, but I think he's a can't miss prospect also though in Mason Graham, and he's got a wrestling background. He's different in the trenches, and I'm not going to lie. So. I mean I don't know, bro. It depends what we get.
Man,
If
can
we
you imagine,
but
though?
imagine if we pass on him, he ends up being the real him, like
But yeah, but
the
Cleveland
second coming
football,
of Deion and
But
Randy
think
Moss
of it.
together.
We're playing Pittsburgh twice a year, Baltimore twice a year. Like
And he can play defense too and score
Yeah.
for us. You get what I'm saying? He can help lock down Chase and them on certain plays and go play offense and catch touchdowns for us.
see, like I said, I'd rather him see focus
Defense mainly.
defense because we don't
You
need
can-
no receiver.
And all of us.
we could take a receiver, but I don't want a receiver that high.
Okay, for people that don't know this, obviously we're from Fremont, Ohio, and Fremont, Ohio is where Charles Woodson's from, who was a two-way player, the only defensive player that won the Heisman. But Charles didn't play that many offensive snaps. He would play a few here and there, return some
Yes.
punts here and there. But when Charles played for Fremont Ross Little Giants, we were watching him as a running back, one of the best running backs in Ohio.
He ran
So
everything
when he
over.
went to Michigan, we were all under the assumption that Charles was going to be a running back. He's going to be one of the best running backs in the NFL. Charles knew that playing defense gives you a longer career, a longer shelf life. So he played corner, you feel me? Look how long he played in the NFL. So playing defense, I'm not going to lie, Josh, does give you a longer shelf life, you feel me? If you're playing defense, because you're not going to contact every play. Even a receiver.
He played corner for Ross too, though, right?
Yeah, but we didn't even
played
realize. We weren't even
safety,
watching playing
corner,
defense like that, you feel me?
Kick return.
Every time
punt
he touched on
return.
offense, he was scoring. So I wasn't even
Yeah.
paying attention to defense. Like, get the ball back so we can score again.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Oh yeah.
And so we didn't realize he was that good of a DB.
He was fun to watch
Yeah.
in high school.
But Charles Wilson was built different than this dude.
Yeah.
This dude ain't built like that.
Charles built like a man.
this
you know what I'm
dude,
saying?
this dude lets his girlfriend bully him. That's
He
a
drives
first
to the
red
party so
flag.
she can hang
Yes,
out.
that's the first red flag.
While he studies in the car.
Yeah, like your personal life is going to get. It's going to.
She's trying to make herself as big a star as he is.
Yes, that's going to affect him down the line somewhere.
And you gotta remember, you already know we from here, so you know how Cleveland dudes are. One of them
Yeah.
gonna fuck around and get her.
Yeah,
I told you, have her funneling money to their bank account and all kinds of other
we
shit.
don't. We don't need
Driving
that.
his cars while you on the road.
Give me 3 first-round picks. for that second
But
round.
but what if
pick.
we pass him? He ends up being Randy Moss and Deion Sanders all in one.
Browns GM Andrew Berry compared Hunter to Shohei Ohtani.
Come on. And you know who
He said,
Shohei
you
is.
don't pass on guys you compare to Shohei Ohtani.
Come on. If that's not tipping your hand, I don't know what is. You hear me? They're under the consensus that Cam Ward is going number one. But if Tennessee pulls the fast one and takes Hunter and was doing a smoke screen this whole time, I would take Cam Ward in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even let the clock get to 60 seconds. I'm not going to lie.
Jenny done worked his way up to number 5. Wow.
Oh, man. The people are asking, would it be crazy for us to take Jenny at 2? What do you think, Josh? I know how you love running backs. Would it be insane for the
No.
Browns? And what do you think, Matt? Would it be insane for the Browns to take Genty at 2? Because
No,
if you end up
I
with a
don't.
Hall of Fame running back like Daniel Tomlinson, would that be crazy to take at 2? I think, didn't Saquon Barkley go number 2?
They said there's like 200 running backs in this draft.
A lot of good ones. So would it be crazy for us to take a back at 2?
Yeah, give me picks.
Would you think it would be insane, Josh, to take a back at 2 if he ends up being a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, man.
I think it'd be. I don't think we do it.
I think it would be insane. I wouldn't take a back at 2. I just want to know how y'all felt about it. I
Nah,
wouldn't take
I
a back
don't.
at 2.
Mm-mm.
As good as Genty is, and like I said, remember 5 years ago they were saying running back shouldn't even go in the first round. Running backs had to fight and scratch and claw just to get decent contracts. They were saying never take a running back in the first round, and then the next 2 years after that, running backs carry their teams to Super Bowl championships. You feel me? And so now running backs are starting to get acknowledged like they should. So I'm just happy to see running backs going back in the first round, although there might only be one this year.
This one says that Hunter is the most electrifying two-way player in modern college football history. While there are some questions of how he'll best be used at the next level, the Browns have a chance to select perhaps the best athlete in the entire draft.
Reverses, bubble screens, end around, deep passes.
Hunter's conditioning level is
smacked.
incredible.
And
he
you got-
played more defensive snaps than any Power 5 corner while also playing
on.
receiver for the Buffaloes and seeing no drop-off in performance. Will his two-way experience in college help or hinder his NFL or his development in the NFL? Wow.
And what I'm going to say, and I'm glad you said that, though, because that was a perfect segue to what I was about to say. They were saying, will his two-way hinder him in the NFL? I actually think it helps because, Josh, think about it. He's playing primarily receiver, right? But now we're on defense in the red zone, and we put him in. He has a knack for that ball in the red zone, you feel me? Because he plays receiver. So he's going to know how to run those routes, cut those routes off, jump those routes. And if he gets the ball in his hand, he's going the other way with it. 99 yards to 100 yards, 103 yards, you feel me? So that might actually help him playing receiver. Like I said, when they get in that red zone, pop him in at nickelback. Pop him in out there on chase or somebody, you feel me? And let him get a couple good red zone reps, you know what I mean? But playing receiver is going to give him that nose for the ball on how to attack that ball when it's up.
Oh, yeah.
How big is he?
Hold on. I'll get you this.
Yeah.
I'll get you this.
Pull up the
About
measurables.
6 foot.
I'm going to say 6'2", but I could be wrong. I'm
Those
guessing
are the-
around
those are the
6'2",
draft
somewhere around
numbers.
there.
Those are the
I could be wrong, but I'm guessing around 6'2". I don't think he's a little guy. I think he's got a little size to him.
he said Henry Richardson all over again.
That would be the rest, wouldn't it? Richardson was
Definitely.
horrible, wasn't he?
Oh my god.
Oh my God, Trent Richardson was one of the worst things we could have ever done. What do you get? Oh, he's 6 foot flat.
6 foot, 188 pounds.
Oh,
That's small, man.
yeah. You ain't.
That's small.
Sheesh. Had to,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Mm.
think everybody's using him as clickbait.
and he's definitely done growing too. That 6 foot's that 6 foot.
Yeah.
This dude won Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year and the Fred Biletnikoff Award.
Defensive Player of the Year and the Blitnikoff Award for the best receiver.
in college football.
Come on, Fred Blitnikoff.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's insanity when you think about it. For real.
Still, I'm not being sold. I don't know.
You're not sold?
No, I'm not. I don't know why I'm not sold about
You
him.
knew I was on the Shador Sanders train for a while. I hopped off the Shador train. I was on the Cam Ward train first. But once I realized the Titans were locking in on him, then I locked in on Shador. I jumped off the Shador, and I think I'm riding this Hunter one out. We're 6 days away from the draft. We're under a week down.
Mhm.
I think I'm riding the Hunter all the way there. I'm riding the Hunter Express.
Matthew
I ain't
said,
gonna lie.
We got
Pause.
Ward. We need Hunter at cornerback. That's what I said. If
We got Emerson. If he had a horrible season last year, Lil Zesty had a so-so season last year.
I want him out.
but they still
Zesty-
have decent.
Like I said, I don't-
That's the thing, though. You're not only getting a cornerback.
Getting a receiver,
You're getting a
too.
receiver
Yeah.
that can stretch the
Potentially
field.
a Pro Bowl receiver.
well, that's what I'm saying. They keep him on defense, make him a defensive dog to sniff out that ball. I'm all for it. So
Yeah,
we could put
especially
him
in the red
bubble
zone.
screen.
Especially in the red zone.
But like you said, you put him
Bubble
in
screens,
yeah,
ends around,
wildcats.
reverses.
That's cool, but I don't want a receiver.
not at 2.
No, not that too. I
Man,
don't want a
if
receiver.
he's a demon Randy Moss like type receiver, I want it. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never seen one in Cleveland. The last like real good receivers years I seen was like Braylon Edwards, bro. I'm ready for like even when we got Beckham and Landry, they weren't Beckham and Landry. You feel me? Last time we seen, I mean, granted, Judy had what 1,200.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Last week when we looked, I checked 3 sites and there was 3 different picks. Remember?
Yeah. There was the trade back for Jenny.
I've checked 4 sites today.
Yeah.
And ain't one site different than Travis Hunter.
Everybody's Hunter now. I told you, it's locked in. Remember last week there was one that was a trade.
I mean,
scenario.
I'm literally looking for someone to pick someone.
Yeah, because remember last week one was Abdul Carter, one was Hunter, and one was a trade back, and us taking Jenny trade back with the Raiders maybe. But
Yeah, Matthew said,
I think
don't
they're
take
sold,
a
bro.
receiver or cornerback at 2. I know, man. I'd rather take a lineman, man.
You see, you guys are big linemen. You and Matt,
Yeah.
Big Matt, he a big guy too.
Yeah, I'd
so
rather
you
take
guys
a
like
lineman.
that. You guys want them tackles, them DNs.
Because
and-
who's going to protect them?
yeah.
Our
I
guys
mean-
are broke right now.
But the thing is, they're saying like these left tackles, like the top 5 tackles are pretty much all the same guy, except for the
Yeah.
one guy out of Missouri.
That's
He's
what I'm
really,
saying.
really
We-
athletic.
Put it this way, Josh, though, doesn't that help, though, if you have a guy that can get to 20 miles per hour in 4 seconds when
Get
pressure's
the ball
coming?
off quicker.
You can literally, Joe Flacco can take 2 drop steps and just launch the ball, and dude's there.
For
That's
how
what I'm saying.
long,
Like,
though?
who knows?
And don't get me wrong, I love taking tackles. I mean, we missed last time we took Jedrick Wills, so we missed on our last tackle that we took high in the draft. But I like that. But
Barry has a horrible history with linemen.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like these guys are all like a bunch of guys, or these tackles. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if any of them are Pro Bowl caliber tackles, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. So if they're all just a bunch of guys, some might slide to the second or slide to the third. You know what I mean? So I don't think we should take tackle that early. At least not offensive tackle.
I got a question. Does draft need to be about defense or offense? Still the bigger problem in Cleveland.
Offense.
Hmm.
Offense.
All offense?
Left tackle,
The offense
wide
is
receiver,
was definitely
running
a
back.
problem.
left tackle, wide receiver, running back, and maybe another athletic tight end to go with Njoku. I like that tight end out of Bowling Green a lot.
I felt
They
like
said
our
we can get him in
defense
In the
fell
third.
apart. Our defense fell apart
Yeah,
last year.
the defense fell
we
apart.
had
but
no line. We had no linebackers. Our DBs were getting smoked.
The D fell apart,
Injured.
but the only thing about the defense is at least we've seen them do it before. You feel me? We've never really seen the offense do it. You know what I mean? I guess when Flacco was there for that little bit, but we've seen the defense do it for a full season, I can say at least. When we seen the offense do it once when Flacco was there, you feel me? And we seen it a little bit when Baker was there, when he was in his bag for a little bit, you feel me? But we've never just seen the offense just be consistently good. I guess we've never seen the defense be consistently good. But at least they were top 5 that year. When they were good, they were good. And it was crazy to watch them regress that much in one season, wasn't it? Because it's not like we lost a bunch of players or anything. It was insane to see them regress like that.
Same players.
Same coach, everything. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, Jimmy can get him turned around. Hopefully Jim Schwartz can get him turned back around, get him going. Get Miles. I mean, I like Okoronkwo. I like Alex Wright, but get Miles another edge rusher out there too. I'm not saying with the number 2 pick.
That would be my other second pick.
Not with the number 2
Carter.
pick. Yeah.
Abdul
Surprised
Carter
go
would be a
back to
great.
building the defense like they did with Garrett.
And I keep saying if we can't get a Joe Burrow and we can't get a Lamar, we might need to get Abdul Carter to try to stop him, get a rush on him. But I don't know if we go pass rusher that high.
I would like that pick.
It wouldn't be the
What
sexy pick, Abdul Carter.
I would like that.
I don't know if
can
it's to
live
be the
with
same.
that.
I just looked at one that had us taking Carter, and I looked at one that had us taking Shador.
And the only thing about the Abdul Carter thing is, remember, this was his first year playing with his hand in the ground, Josh. He was an off-ball linebacker his first couple years, you feel me? So he can play out there. He can play outside linebacker, middle linebacker.
So he could
and he can drop down in edge rush situations, kind of like
Bring
Parsons
him.
did when he first came. So, yeah, he's not just an edge
Matthew
rusher.
says Sanders or trade back.
See, I was on the Shador train. I'm not going to lie, man. I was on the Shador train, Josh, for about a month.
Yeah, you were.
Heavy. I'm not going to lie. But if there's a possibility that we can get Hunter and trade back in the top 10 and get Sanders, I would do that. It ain't no way around it. If there's a way that we can leave this with Hunter and Sanders, we stole the draft. And I don't even need to see nothing else.
As long as Sanders pans out, sure.
If he pans out.
As long as he pans out, I'm definitely with it. Because then you have a quarterback and a receiver that actually have a chemistry together. You know what I mean? Already before. So, I mean, yeah.
The guards game is 10-5.
Wow.
That's crazy. And update on that playoff play-in game. Remember the team that loses go home though? Yeah. It's 106 at the end of regulation. We have overtime in the first play-in game. We have overtime. The loser goes home. Their season's done. And we got extra.
Matt,
we got overtime.
I remember Courtney Brown, but I mean, we can't go back to every draft and say
Courtney Brown was a bust.
Do you remember
Gerard
Johnny
Warren.
Manziel?
You remember Gerard Warren at D tackle?
Do you remember? We can say that about all kinds of positions in Cleveland, but we don't want to look at every position that we screwed up on and say don't
We've screwed
draft
up on
that
every
position
position.
because we've definitely screwed up on every position. I don't know that Abdul Carter will be a Courtney Brown because look
Oh.
at Micah Parsons.
Not to interrupt, but that playing game that's going in overtime, I need 1 point from Trae Young, 1 assist from Dyson Daniels, and 1 point from Tyler Hero for $557.
Wow.
FanDuel might be my blessing today. Come on. 1 point from Trae, 1 point from Hero, and 1 assist. I hope Dyson Daniels' assist is to Trae Young, and then Hero gets his. Oh, yeah. It's about that time. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. I got that FanDuel feeling, Josh. I got that FanDuel feeling. The game's going to overtime. That playing game, the Heat versus Atlanta. Remember, this is the playing game. The loser goes home. Their
Oh.
season's done.
So the winners get the playoff.
Yeah, and the winners in the playoff to play in the series. The Heat were up almost 20 points early in this game. It's 106-106. It's going to overtime. I need 1 point from Hero, who's the best player from the Heat, 1 point from Trae Young, who's the best player for the Hawks, and 1 assist from Dyson Daniels for $557. So we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in on this nice Friday, Good Friday. My Good Friday might be getting a little better. Hopefully with a little bit of cheddar. You know what I'm saying? We like to tell y'all to like, share, subscribe. And the reason everyone's on the Hunter ordeal, because I think the card's already turned in. I'm going to say one last thing about the draft, because you know I just love the draft so much. But I honestly think it's turned in, Josh.
Can Andrew Berry redeem himself with this draft class? Or is it front office still on the hot seat?
If he hits on
Fans still buying what the GM is selling.
If he hits on his number 2 pick, and then he's still able to fill voids at running back, fill voids at tackle and at linebacker, and build a little depth, then I can say he hit, you feel me? I don't expect us to leave this draft with 3-4 starters, because now, even though we had one of the younger teams 3-4 years ago, like you said, Josh, we're becoming one of the older teams now because they're becoming veterans, you feel me? So I don't see a bunch of rookies coming in and unseating those veterans for jobs. But if he can build depth and hit on his first pick, I think, like I said, is at linebacker, receiver, left tackle, definitely left tackle, D tackle, and running back, then I think it was a successful draft. Depth, not like a stud player, I don't know. But if we could hit on like a stud late in the draft, obviously that would be great. But my sleeper is the tight end from Bowling Green. If we can get him in the 3rd round, Josh, I think he can have a big career next to Njoku.
That'd be nice. I like that.
Do you remember when we were our best is when we had Baker and we ran those 2 tight end sets? Remember, we ran 2 tight end sets more than anybody in the league. When everybody was running 4 or 5 receivers, we were playing old school football with 2 tight end sets. We were the only team in the league that still had a fullback.
That was Kevin's offense.
Exactly. The only team that still was using a fullback, bro. That 2 tight end set, that's his set. So if we can get a tight end with that skill set, I think we can go back to that 2 tight end set and cause havoc in the league off our play action.
So, right, should the Browns draft for starters or stacked development players for the 2026 and beyond?
The very first pick has to be a starter. After that, you got to stack for depth and development players.
Win now mode or slow build strategy.
It's definitely win now. That's why you have to hit on that number 2 pick. But after that, you got to build depth and hope that one of those players can end up turning out to be a steal. You feel me? But I'm all in on Will Howard too. I'm not gonna lie. If Jackson Dart goes 1st round and it comes down to and Shook goes and Shook's there, Milroe and Will Howard, I'm going Will Howard. Because if Shook, obviously, I think he might.
Where they go at Jalen Milroe at 33?
That's what I'm saying. At 33, if Milroe's there, Shook there, and Howard's there, I go Howard.
Yeah.
But the one thing though is Milrose has the one trait that none of them have that he does better than any one of them can do. You feel me? And that's that athleticism. If you can teach him to be a consistent passer, you can get a very good player in Milroe. But you can't teach that athleticism. You feel me? His escapability and him and being able to run people over and run past people, you can't teach that. But I just don't like his consistency as a passer. And Will Howard, he's not the mobilest quarterback, but he's mobile enough to pick up 1st downs, and he's willing to put his shoulder down and get the first. You feel me?
Honestly, I really hope we can get Will Howard in the later rounds at the quarterback position. But I think that what we need to do is fill the positions of need on the team. Every pick needs to be a position of need. I don't care. These guys are young. They should be able to come in and play some football. I don't want everyone that we draft to have to sit and wait.
Oh, my God. It happened. Live FanDuel winner. Dyson Daniels just got his assist. I just won $557 betting on FanDuel.
Yeah.
FanDuel, get at us. Let's go. Keated needed it. In the words of Fat Joe, Keated needed it. Come on, Hero scored. Then Trae Young scored, and Dyson Daniels just got his assist, baby.
Let's go.
Honey, I'm coming home up $500 richer. I love you.
Man.
I'm about to put a parlay in on the next game. I'm not gonna lie, I can't even focus right now. I'm jittery. Yes, I needed overtime in the worst way, bro. I was gonna lose that. Think about that. If that game doesn't go to overtime, I lose by 1 point, 1 point, 1 assist.
Yep, that's how they usually
And
go.
that's how it goes, Josh. 1 point, 1 point, 1
Thank
assist.
God for overtime.
Give me some Yanagan. I don't know, give me some real love. Matter of fact, yeah.
Come on
You know,
now.
type shit. You feel me?
Money, money, money.
Money, 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 money. Come on. Come on. You ain't got that money they still think all night
Matthew said I
long.
like Milrow. What? Remember Monroe?
Milrow.
Arm
Milrow.
athlete to let Lamar.
Yeah, that's
He's
it.
like
He has that
Lamar.
athleticism like Lamar. That's what you can't teach
He'll
that
learn from
athleticism.
film.
But he struggles to hit those intermediate throws. His deep ball, Josh, money. So if you got Hunter then Milrow, his deep ball is butter. But he has to learn to hit those intermediate throws at a consistent rate because he'll have a tight end wide open 8 yards in front of him and overthrow him or underthrow him. You feel me? Then he'll throw a 70-yard beautiful bomb to a receiver. You feel me? So he has to work on those intermediate throws. And y'all want to hear what a winning parlay sounded like?
Go ahead.
Let's run it down. Okay, single game parlay on the play-in game. Trae Young for 25 points, he scored 29. Trae Young, 8 assists, he got 11. Nneka on Kongu, 15 points, he got 28 somehow. Kongu, 8 rebounds, he got 12. Dyson Daniels, 10 points, he only had 2 at halftime. He scored 11. Dyson Daniels, 4 assists, he got 4 on the head. That's the last thing I hit. Karis LeVert, 10 points, he got 15. I knew I should have took him for 15. Bam Adebayo, 15, he got 17. Bam Adebayo, 10 rebounds, he got 11. Hero, 25 points, he got 30. Hero, 4 rebounds, he got 6. Hero, 4 assists, he got 7. And Wiggins, 15 points, he got 20.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Let go. And you know what makes it worse? Let me check this real quick. Because remember I told you I took Ricochet off at the last second? I took a guy off at the last second. It would have been I would have won $300 more. Let me see if he got 10 points. If he did, I'm going to be mad at myself.
He definitely didn't.
He didn't get 10?
He ain't get 10.
Swear.
He took 11 shots and made 1.
Bro, I saved myself. Josh, I took him off right before the game started. I took him off my parlay. I'm like, I can't risk him blowing my parlay. If I left him on, but leaving him on would have been, I would have won $300 more. But it didn't look like it
You
was
would
worth
have
the risk.
lost.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was worth the risk, and I'm glad he scored 3 points, bro.
I see.
He's got 3 points.
one for 11.
Woo!
But just so everyone knows, that game is 114 to 120.
The Heat
took off, and they are up 6 with 1:01 left.
And so once again, thank y'all for tuning in on this Good Friday Kennel Talk Live. You know what I'm saying? We haven't officially made our mind up where the next wing or burger spot is, but we'll definitely be going
Wednesday,
somewhere Wing Wednesday. Where we at?
Wednesday we at Buds.
Buds, come
we got
on.
Invited to Buds.
And
Better-
Buds is actually like a staple for wings in Fremont. It's a classic wing spot in Fremont. And so I'm excited to go check Buds out. My name's actually on the wall in the bathroom, on the wall above the bar. You know, I have people just sign their names. So I'm not going to get the jumbos. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't a fan of the jumbo last time, but I'm going to see what's to the hot barbecue. So we'll be at Buds on Wednesday.
I wasn't a fan of the breaded place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can tell you didn't like the breaded, but you know me, I like bread. I grew up on breaded.
Maybe
I bread them at
y'all
home
wanna
and
go
dip
get
them
a
in
burger
sauce.
tomorrow?
I'm good with where.
I'm
Yeah.
cool.
You guys want to go tomorrow get a burger?
I'm good with that.
As long as I got my little Easter shit out the way, we can
Yeah.
burger it up. You hear me?
Oh yeah. Well, I'll see what about time. Yeah, we got Wednesdays, Wing Wednesdays, Wing Tour 2025.
Yeah, type shit.
And then we go check out a burger tomorrow. And then come check us out. We're gonna go on live on Monday night. We're
And
gonna-
see what's to it. We're gonna dibble and dabble with Monday
Yeah,
night. Ain't no
we're-
Monday night football, so
and-
fuck with us. You hear me?
and we're gonna go focus on that. One's gonna be draft. We're gonna go ahead and pick our
The
top
Cleveland
13.
Browns are officially on the clock.
Yeah, we'll do top 13 picks. We'll do our mock drafts. We'll have them up, and then we'll see.
I'm definitely here for it.
And then we'll talk some other stuff. See what happened in the playoffs this weekend.
Until then,
Yeah.
everybody stay safe, stay blessed. You see me and Doe trying to cook a parlay up on the next game real quick. Everybody, I want to say everybody, God bless. Enjoy your Easter. Don't forget what the Easter holiday is really about. Definitely hide your eggs and enjoy your time with your kids and the baskets and the food and the family. But don't forget what the holiday is about.
Yeah.
And God bless everybody.
Lord
Have a nice-
Jesus Christ.
You feel me? Himself.
Blessings.
You hear me?
Constantly.
And you,
Jesus.
and you see
Blessings.
Jesus bless me on live TV right here. You hear me?
Absolutely.
Baby Jesus.
Look at God.
Call it a good
Won't
Friday.
he do it?
That's a good
Tyson
Friday
said he's
blessing.
winning, buying his wings on Wednesday.
Yo, was you taking that wing bet too?
I was not.
Okay,
I had to look
I was
up-
trying to sucker you. I'm not
I
gonna
had
lie.
to look up the season series.
Yeah,
I told you
Houston been
I,
on their
I ain't
ass.
stupid.
Yeah, Houston been on the ass.
Actually, they haven't. It was
2-2,
Golden
was
State
it?
won the series, the season
Matthew
series.
said better not bet on the Pistons.
We said,
Hey, we'll
better
see.
not bring your kids. Was that Chappelle?
We gonna see.
Okay, so everybody stay blessed. Thank y'all for tuning in. And I want to let y'all know we don't like y'all. We love y'all. We fuck with
Yeah.
everybody that fuck with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the ones that don't, hopefully eventually one day they jump on the wave and fuck with us too. We're really some cool guys. Like I always say, if a motherfucker don't like me, it's probably because I fucked this bitch. KTL Live out.